Free the mothers till they free.
Yeah.
Um, for real. But let me say this. I think women, because me as a woman who does not have a child, right? I understand, and I don't pretend to not understand what mothers mean when they say this. And I guess I can say that because, like, what I mean by I can pretend to not understand. I mean, I don't pretend to not understand what they mean. Is that I believe the people who act like they don't know what mothers mean when they say this are simply just being judgmental, and they're trying to hold mothers to an impossible standard in order to be able to subjugate them. Do you get what I mean by that?
Yeah, like gaslighting.
Exactly, because there's no way in the world you don't understand what a mom means when she says this. And it's funny because a mom can say it, but a dad will actually act it out in real life. And what I mean by that is niggas won't play the parental role, not in totality. And they're able to, um, act like they regret their kids. My bad. My AirPods connecting. They're able to act like they regret their kids being born. And that might look like not wanting to pay child support, not wanting to have a 50-50 custody agreement, making excuses for why they can't pick up their child, why they baby mama got life insurance and health insurance on that baby, but like I don't need to do the same. Like I don't need to have do doctor's appointments and dentist appointments because she's doing all that. I don't need to be there because I don't want to have this child anyway. So like you're acting as if you regret your child being here and performing those actions. I hope y'all get what I meant by all that.
Yeah, it's
All right,
showing.
cool.
I get exactly what you're saying, but to the first point you were saying about the gaslighting is the interesting part because like and when I hear mothers say like, oh, they wish they never had kids, it always has to be a disclaimer. But I love my children,
Mm-hmm.
and the thing is,
Hello?
I think that's a given. Hold up, sir. That's a given. Hey, Chanel, the problem is the way
Hey.
you're expected to mother in our society, the way you don't get the proper support, how a mother is just kind of like left to women as if society doesn't benefit from the children. That's the part women are regretting. And it's like, if you say that, then, oh, you don't love your kids. And I think it's a lot like how when we talk about like, um, the issues with misogyny and like the trans community, and somebody instead of hearing you out be like, oh, you transphobic, it's like you're trying to hurl an insult to make the person feel like, oh, I'm wrong for the way that I feel, but the way that women are feeling is valid. Go ahead, Spark, you eager to say something.
Yeah, especially that last thing. Uh, I don't think the way you can feel is always validated. It's a bit ridiculous to suggest that.
What do you mean?
Well, I heard what you were saying, but you topped it off at the end with the way the woman feels is validated. I
Yeah,
don't think so.
it is valid.
I,
It don't matter what you think, you're not a mother, so it is valid.
but if you understand what's going on and
No, no,
human
you
nature,
hold up. No, no, no. See, this is the thing. You can make your own point, but you can't say like. Listen to what I'm saying. It doesn't matter what you think. You're not a mother. That's not your experience. You're looking at it from the outside in. So you can talk about something else or make your own point, but to say that that's not valid because of what you think, you're not a mother. What you think doesn't matter.
well, it's not the mother. Yeah, I
No,
can't
no.
do
It,
the
what I'm
motherly
saying is,
lens.
sir, the fact that you even want to have an opinion on it is the crazy part. You can make your point you came up here to make originally.
Sure, that'll work too. It correlates to this though. So yeah, we shouldn't underestimate that the woman is a walking contradiction. So a prompt like this, I believe most women that are mothers feel like this. Is it worsened because of the society we live in today? Yes. Are things like feminism and liberalism poisoning women's minds to where they have even more contradictory feelings and cognitive dissonances? Yes. Um, so yeah, like I think this is. semi-natural for women to feel because
So hold up, you using a bunch of labels, right, and keywords. You're not a keynote speaker, but you're saying we use the words. I think that's interesting. But can you be more detailed about what you're saying instead of saying like a blanket ideology like liberalism or
sure, I'll
whatever?
I'll, I'll
Because there
put
are
it
women. Hold on, let me finish. There are women who are conservative. There are women who are not necessarily aligning with feminism ideology who have the same views. So you got to be more specific about the point you're trying to make instead of using buzzwords.
sure. So I look around at my family of women, all the statistics I've seen, just people watching, and I think it's pretty obvious. The the woman, especially in this society, I mean, by nature, I'll put it like this: by nature, the woman is an agent of chaos. So she's always going to have a bunch of
Okay,
conflicting
why?
Yeah,
views.
you
Give us
struggling. You
give us
struggling.
examples of why the woman is an agent of chaos. Let me help you, baby. Let the
Because
Lord
they
use
lead
you.
because they lead with their emotions. An example would be a
No,
woman
no,
being
hold up,
attracted
real
to
quick. No, no,
criminals.
no, hold up. You went from your family as if you was gonna give an example, then you went to say the chaos of women. Sir, you're not making a coherent point. Like
My point
this,
is, by
hold up. You're
nature,
claiming
women will have
chaos.
these.
Hold up, sir? Your response is chaotic. Try to make one specific point and stick to
Sure,
that point and make it clear using an example.
Yeah,
sure.
because you
So
ain't
by
using
nature,
logic on this. Go
by
ahead.
nature, yep, by nature, women are chaotic and will have conflicting views. In 2026, that is exacerbated. It
Hold
is
So
up, hold up. You
give
still
your
not
exaggerated.
doing it.
example.
You still can't
Tara,
use examples.
I won't give an example of that. Go ahead with the example you was about to give so I can crush that.
This
Cause
prompt is an example.
no, no,
Women,
no. You said women are attracted to criminals. Um,
yes, that would be an agent of chaos type of behavior.
okay, let's talk about it. Um, are all women attracted to criminals?
It doesn't matter about all.
Are all women attracted to criminals?
You can keep asking it, but it doesn't
Are
matter about
all women
all.
attracted to criminals?
It's a pointless question
Why did you say that then?
because, in general, we don't see this from the average men. Men are not
So
going to lesbian prison or female
in
prisons
general, women are attracted to criminals. Why are women attracted to criminals?
because they're agents of chaos, like I said.
Yeah,
Okay, so you just
you can't make a
yeah,
point.
he can't make a point. So he
No, that
not
was
using
the point.
logic.
That was
No,
the
it's
point, and
not a
you're shutting
point. You
down.
can't even explain your point because you know it's gonna land at a logical
Well, if you,
response that contradicts your point. So
I,
let's be real, okay, Mr. Logic? And let's be, stand on what you say. How about you stand on what you say? Make your point and stand on it. Answer the
I just
questions
made the
that
point. If
apply.
just,
Okay, how many women do you think are attracted to criminals,
if I had
percentage
to do a
wise?
absolutely, I'd say probably 25,
But
20,
So,
the majority
20.
of women aren't even attracted to criminals,
Sure,
according to
but
your
it's just
percentage.
one example of that chaotic nature in
Which
let me
women.
ask you a
is,
question. Just for funsies. What racial group of women do you think are attracted to criminal groups the most?
All of them.
hmm,
All of them?
Yeah.
So you think Asian women are attracted to criminals just as much as what? Mexican women and black women?
All women are denatured nowadays. Yes, they're all a little haywire. So
What makes
absolutely.
a woman attracted to a criminal? Do you know?
Her need for chaos.
Okay.
I mean, I can get into the
Being
but
with a
it's
criminal seems
ironic.
the less chaotic part to me because he in jail. So what the fuck he gonna do that's chaotic besides call you on the phone all day? Ain't nothing
see, that's a
chaotic
pseudo
about
right there is a
by a
pseudo
man.
logic.
Okay, explain
That's pseudo
why.
logic.
Explain why. It's pseudo
Because it's
logic.
half baked. Like, of course, that's partially
Okay,
true.
explain why it's half baked.
I just told you because it's half the battle. You can't just be like, well, he's in jail. He can't cheat on me, so it's not chaotic.
Well, I mean, he can cheat on you with another man. Yeah.
Bruh.
What? What?
My
Like
point,
I said,
my
hold
ultimate
up,
point is
hold
you don't
up,
see men
hold
going
up,
through
hold
this
up, hold
stuff.
up. No, the irony is that your responses are chaotic.
Yeah,
We're not
they
giving that
are.
many accommodation. Monet, I'm so glad you came because I had made this shortly after our discussion yesterday.
Yeah. So yes, I do regret being a mother. I love my kids, I do, but I regret it. I feel like If I could go back in time, I would not have gotten married. I would not have had kids. I feel like your environment and your trauma can cause you to make bad decisions. Um, and I don't really care, and for the men that like to throw out the title, oh, you're a single mother, you're a single mother. That's fine and all, but it's like it's really just our environment. Men are the ones that created the cycle of leaving mothers, to fend for themselves. And then also, it's women in marriages that are single mothers as well, that, the men don't help with the children. So, yeah, I regret being a mom. If I didn't have kids right now, I'd probably be like traveling the world and stuff like that, so
Yeah, I think what happens, the idea of becoming a mother, you imagine like having another parent that's going to be supportive and will be there and do the things that they claim they would have done before the child got there, right? And in reality, what a lot of women are learning is that men are conditioned differently. So the idea is that he says whatever he has to say to a woman for the baby to get here, and once the baby get here, then his true agenda comes out.
yeah,
Because a
like
lot of
the responsibilities, you don't want the responsibilities.
Well, that's
yeah,
rich to say suggest that because you guys have the state back.
no, I'm still talking to Monet. And I think it's also interesting because what I hear a lot on social media is like, oh, you chose wrong, and if you don't want to be in that situation, you got to get married first. As if mothers who have gotten married before, even after the child had came, everything's working out for them, and marriage does not save you from that situation because
I
again,
know.
the man sees himself as like
I
the baby. He
hate
doesn't see himself as a parent in the way that women are supposed to parent.
I hate how they say that, like, oh, you chose wrong. Like, men are not manipulators and liars and gaslight women and sell them dreams and things like that. Like, no woman goes into a relationship expecting to be a single mother. Women want a foundation. So when they meet a man, they're expecting him to be a provider, to build a life together and to raise these children together. We don't go into a relationship expecting those things. So when the outcome is different, sometimes women have to be single mothers because they have to leave a situation that puts them in danger. So
You
you
guys
can't
run the
just
men
say that
off most of the time,
we run the men up. Okay, I can't.
and
Yeah,
they're
No,
that's
no, no.
crazy.
He can go. He not saying nothing. He just
Yeah,
want me to
that's
say,
like you
listen.
can't. Some of these women have to
But that's the
run
point.
from
It's
their situations. Like y'all saying that we chose these men, but men they have a mask for like a really long time, and then when the mask drops, and here this woman is in this bad relationship, sometimes she has to escape. She didn't want to be a single mom, and then there are some mothers that do not leave because they don't want to raise their kids by themselves. And I feel bad for those women that have to stay in that situation because they don't want to be single mothers. They stay and they deal with the BS and they deal with all the stuff that comes with because they know that if they leave, they're not gonna have no resources. They're not gonna have a man that pays all the bills. But it's some women that we choose to be single mothers. We don't want to deal with all that. We don't.
yeah, because I think at the end of the day, women are doing a responsible thing and they're not abandoning their children. Let's Star go.
Hi,
How you doing?
I'm getting you.
I'm good
I
too.
truly do believe that yes, a woman can love her children and still regret becoming a mother. I hope you know you can love a dish. You can love making this dish
Hold up, real
so
quick.
much.
Hold up, real quick. Can y'all get the likes to 10K? We should be past 10K by now. And send y'all daily help me if you haven't already done so. Go ahead, Lori.
But yeah, a you can love cooking a meal only you know you can cook the best out of whatever, and still hate cooking. Like becoming a mother takes a lot away from you. I'm not a mother, but I am the oldest of 11 children. And I look at it all the time. I'm just like, wow, I love my siblings, but I do not like seeing what is going on over here. You know what I mean? So motherhood takes a lot away from you. It takes away your autonomy, your freedom. Basically, I'm gonna be so real, having kids was a plot, unless you had them because you loved them, but having kids was a plot made by the patriarchy and men to control you and stop you from being able to find and fulfill your full destiny as a woman. So it's just like, yeah, you can love your children, what you made, the people who came, and not love what comes with being a mother, which is just being a mother. You don't see, oh, I'm this, I'm that. It's, you're not you anymore. You are a mother. You're mommy. You're not whoever you were
It's like
beforehand,
a
and you
loss.
can't
I
with
get
that.
what you're saying. You lose your identity, and I think
Yeah.
another part that isn't talked about is the way it changes your brain. Right? You go from
Right.
thinking about yourself and the best things for yourself to like, okay, now you're in a more sacrificial position. You're like, okay, what's the best thing for my child? Go ahead, CG.
How you doing? Oh, can you hear me?
Y'all can hear you.
Yeah. So I don't think you can. If you have regret having children, I'm not saying you don't love them, but if you regret it, then you probably should have never had kids from the get with. Because
Yeah, but that's not the question.
the question is, can you love your children and regret having children?
You say you
Yeah.
shouldn't have had the kids, but
Yeah. So if you regret it, then you obviously don't have that love for them as much as you think you do. It's just you can't, because I had the same
if
conversation
you
with someone
gonna,
before, and I asked them the same thing. I said, if you can go back
you
in
have
time,
children, sir?
yes, I do.
Are you a custodial parent?
Yes, I am.
Thank you, Felicity.
Are you married
Eh,
to your baby mama?
I was.
So y'all live together?
No,
Okay. So what, you got him 50% of the time and so did she?
no, I pretty much got them all the time.
Oh,
Pretty
okay.
much.
Mm.
Yes.
So y'all split custody though.
No, she pretty much, we did the whole court thing. She couldn't, she had got custody, then she gave up custody. And so she sees them when she can. But, I had this question with this person before. I said, if
All
you
right,
can go
hold on,
back,
hold on. Let's assume you're telling the truth, right? Are you glad that you had children with that woman specifically?
am I glad? At the time, yes,
No, no,
but
no. As of today, are you glad that's the woman you picked to be the mother of your children?
am I glad yes, because if I didn't, I wouldn't have the kids I have right now.
No, no, no. But I'm saying, are you glad it's her though?
Am I glad it's her?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not glad that it's her, but I'm happy that it turned out
Yeah,
that
so
way
that
because I
that go
love
that
my
regret
kids.
right there. You trying to deny is there, but we're not gonna go down your what you saying because uh I don't believe you. Oh, what's up,
I
Leo? Hold up. No, go ahead, Leo.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm great. How are you guys?
I'm good.
I would have to disagree with the prompt, specifically
Mm-hmm.
coming from someone with a mother who has said that she's regret being my mom
Mm-hmm.
because of something that has happened with my father. Um, I don't think that a mom.
Is she still there for you?
Yeah, she's still here for me.
Okay, so why can't she regret becoming your mother?
I mean, I would like. Has anybody mom ever told them that?
Yeah, yeah. People mothers told them that, and honestly, I
But
think it's reasonable. It makes sense. I'm
it's
not. I don't think it's. I think it's something wrong when a person's so full of themselves. They're like, well, shit. What about me? What about me? And I understanding like the sacrifices your mother had to deal with for you to be there. So yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna ask
what
you, so you saying that like, your mom don't love you because she, because of your feelings about it? Because your feelings are hurt by her the way she feel. That means she don't love you.
No, I kind of want to finish the point before
Uh-huh, go ahead.
but I want everybody to understand the mental load that it does take on kids. I'm my mom's only girl. Every other child she
Mhm.
has is boys. She's never told any of her boys that. I don't know if that's just a thing with a mom and a daughter thing, or if she just really didn't like my dad or whatever. But I feel like if you're telling your child that you regret
Hold on. What
being,
does your father do though?
I don't think I don't know what he did to her.
He put her through a lot.
Not that I know of.
Thank you, son, Granny.
Huh?
Hold up. Did your father put her through a lot?
I don't know. I
But
don't
what does
really
that got
talk
to
to
do
my
with
dad
her
like that.
though?
Hold up, sir. Your brothers
You
got a
never
different
asked.
father?
Yeah, we all have different dads.
Where their dad is more supportive than yours?
Damn.
No, absolutely not.
So she said it was basis on your father though.
That's what she said, but I don't know what my father put her through.
You
Why
didn't
didn't you
ask
ask
her.
her?
Say it again.
My
You didn't
question is
ask
why
her.
didn't you ask when she mentioned it to you, why didn't you ask her?
I don't know.
How old are you?
I'm 24.
And you still don't
That's
want to ask your mama that?
I said,
That's a loaded question to ask your mom.
no,
Yeah,
So
it's
I
it
can
not.
really.
If your
But
understand.
because
hold up,
I
no.
really
If
feel
your
like
mother say, hold up,
her
your
mom's the
mother said she
problem.
wish, hold up, because of what your father did, and you wasn't like, well, damn, what did he do to you? You didn't care about
no,
that?
I did not think about that because why would you tell your kid that? Why not tell my dad that? Tell my dad that. Your job as a mom is to focus on loving me. Why would you tell me?
So hold
Because do
up.
you know that it's a sacrifice of having you? Like even childbirth, women can die at
I do
childbirth.
understand that. I
I
Oh
do
mean,
my
understand
okay,
that.
but listen what I'm
Hold up, real
saying to
quick.
you.
Hold up, real quick though.
You
Hold up, real quick. Was your father there when? Was your father? Did your father raise you?
No, I know who my dad is,
So
but
hold up. So your mother said it, but your father did it. So your father just opted out. Do you still you have that resentment towards him?
my dad, I don't know him to hate him.
But don't you think that's
That's
interesting?
crazy.
Say it again.
Like, you don't find it interesting that like your father, like your mother said, well, I, I wish I didn't have you, but she's still there for you. But your father
My,
actually abandoned you.
I don't think that you
are
should
you trying
ever
to say
tell a
that
Hold
I
on,
child
hate
man.
my?
that.
Hold
I
on,
don't hate my mom.
hold on, man. You can. I'm going in a second. You say your father didn't raise you. You don't know him. He actually abandoned you though.
Absolutely.
Like she said it, but he did it.
Yes, but I don't have resentment for either one of them.
But I'm
I
saying
Why
your
you
understand.
didn't
mother.
ask her?
If anybody love you, it would be your mother. Your father abandoned you.
I don't think
Yeah.
that you can love your child and say something like that and mean it.
Hmm.
But
That's my
she. But
That's
I'm
my
opinion.
I
saying.
point.
don't think she meant
Hold
it
up.
because
Here's
she
my
took
hold
care of
up. I'm
you.
trying to ask you a question.
My mom. Okay,
Hold
so
up.
I feel like
Listen what I'm
y'all.
saying though.
I
Hold up.
still
Listen
didn't
to
get
what
my
I'm
point
saying though.
across.
No. I get what you're saying, but listen. Your mother said it right, but your father actually abandoned you.
I
Like who?
understand.
Like
I understand what you're saying, but I feel like you're trying to say this as a way to say that I resent my mom. I don't resent my mom. I don't resent my dad. I don't resent either
why
one of
don't
them
you resent your dad? He abandoned you.
because it's not my job to
But
hate
what does that got
somebody
to do
I
with her
don't
mother
know.
loving
I
her?
didn't say
So
hate.
what?
I didn't say
So
hate.
what? It happens every day. I don't hate my dad. I
I didn't say
I don't
hate. I said resent, but
I
that's
don't
okay. We
resent my
don't.
dad. I don't care to resent him. That's not a heartache that I want to have. I don't have the heartache for my mom for saying what she said to me. I forgave
Mm.
her. That's my job, is to forgive and heal from what had happened, for what was
I
said.
don't know what type of relationship y'all have, but if my mother told me that she wished it she didn't have me because of my father, I would want to know exactly what my father did to her.
What is her? What is the
my
But
love
Feed
but
daughter,
you.
when
and
I
then
of a
somebody
saw
mother to
said
her
your
child have
mom.
to do with the
Somebody,
father?
no one.
Hold
Someone up
on.
here said your
Hold
mom is
on.
taking.
Hold on. And you can go after this, Leo, because I'm gonna respond to you. Um, do you think you've humanized your mom?
Oh, what do you mean?
Do you think you've humanized your mom?
Humanized as in like?
Have you recognized your
Of
mother's
course it is.
humanity? Do you know? Do you like? Because and I'm gonna tell
Oh,
you what I think
absolutely. I
about.
understand what you're saying. Absolutely, I have. I
I
understand my
disagree
mom is a
with
human.
you. I disagree with you.
Why do
That's
you
what I was
say
getting
that?
ready to say. I'll tell
Mm-hmm.
you why. Because you her feeling some sort of way, maybe in the heat of the moment, maybe going through something. You haven't recognized that humans feel a certain type of way, and that emotions are one, nuanced and complex.
Um,
And no.
I've been able to
Have you
have this
ever? It looks like you had a
conversation.
boy. You have a boyfriend or a husband. Have you ever said something to your boyfriend or your husband you regret saying?
Have
I
yeah,
think
Anybody
it's a
have
regret
updated?
dated.
thing, though. I don't
Yeah.
think it's a. Hold up, Leo. How would you feel if you had a baby with somebody and the man abandoned you?
I feel like I
Wait, is
still
this
haven't got
this is
my
turning
point
into a
across. Y'all
therapy
are asking me
session?
so many
Hold
questions.
up.
I haven't got my point across.
Yeah, it's
I
turning
know,
into
but
like
I really want.
therapy.
Hold up, but hold on. Here's the thing, though. If you were in a relationship with a man, right, and he abandoned you and the child after you had the child, you definitely would feel some type of
I would
way.
feel some type of way, but with how I carry myself, my job is to heal from that and forgive you. That's how I
Mm-mm.
carry myself. I'm strong enough. I have a lot of long suffering to do that.
But that's what I
I
mean by
mean,
you haven't recognized your mom's humanity because
Yes, I
that's
have.
hold
You
on,
you
hold
guys,
on. Okay,
y'all
hold
still haven't got to
on.
talk.
Let me tell you why in saying that. Because you put in the way you would handle something on your mother, like she's not a separate human being than you.
I do
Like this is
recognize
how I
that
would
though.
have handled it, and this is
Nobody's
how I
intimidated
carry
by
myself.
her Cummins. Nobody's intimidated by her. Because first of all, I've been able to have this conversation with my children and they are very comfortable. I've told them this many times and they are not offended by when I say that I regret having them. They understand the sacrifice that I have made. They understand that I wish I had a different life. My kids are 18, 14, and 10. When I tell them this stuff, they do not take it personal. They do
I'm
not.
not your kids. I still haven't got my point across. I still haven't had the time, like
No,
the
someone
time
in the
to
comments said
talk.
that they're intimidated by you. No one's intimidated by you. It's just because someone in the
Hold
comments.
on, Monet. We ignore comments on this panel. A lot of shit is about you, Leo. Apparently,
It's
what
not
point do
about
you,
me.
go
Like
ahead
you
and make
said,
your point quickly so we can move on.
oh
You
my
said you
god.
haven't finished your point. Go ahead and finish it
You
so we
keep
can move
saying that I
on.
dehumanize my mom. I have
No,
not
no,
done that.
ignore that and finish making your point, baby. Make your point so we can move on. The
Y'all
your
clearly
original
don't want
point.
to hear my point. You don't want
I'm
to hear my point.
okay.
You
Okay,
want to
mute
be.
up, mute up. I don't got time for that. That's manipulation. Go ahead,
I'll leave.
Cummins.
leave
Okay,
then.
whoop de doo.
Yes, and let's not silence women up here anymore, okay? But it says, can a woman love her children and still regret being a mother? Of course they can, right? We see the adoption rates, the foster care rates, we see the AB rates. We hear many women up here saying now that their mothers told them verbatim and verbally that they regret them, yet changed their mind. That's abusive. That's very abusive. And you guys should feel ashamed of yourself for abusing your kids.
Y'all people selfish.
Sir, look at your
No, no,
Hey,
profile
no.
hold
picture.
on.
Not
I can't even
only.
Hey,
take
Hold
you
up.
why
Hold
am I
up.
serious.
being cut
So
Hold
off?
up.
go
Why
ahead
the
and
fuck
Hold
mute
am I
up.
being
him.
cut
Bye.
off? Shut the fuck
Hold
up.
up.
Bye.
No, no,
Bye.
no. Hold
Like
Bye.
I
up.
said, you
Not
should be
Bye.
this every
ashamed for
Hold
telling
time.
your
up,
kids.
y'all. Hold up. No, I'm telling you. It goes
Baby,
back to
y'all
what Lynn
cannot
was
take him
saying. Hold up
seriously.
1 second, Monet. It goes back to what Lynn was saying. Y'all don't humanize y'all mothers. Y'all put your mothers on an unrealistic pedestal and you don't appreciate them. And at the end of the day, you fucking selfish. You're fucking selfish. Like the story that even Leo was saying, the fucking daddy gone. He abandoned her and she had to raise her by herself. And she like, well, how can you say that to me? What the fuck? Like that's what I'm saying. Your mothers are people. Nobody wants to go through that situation. Nobody wants to have to do that on their own. And you're like, well, what about my feelings? Well, fuck your feelings. If y'all gonna be selfish bitches, then yeah, I would regret having you too, for real. I would like shit. The fuck? Put the baby back in there. What the fuck is wrong with y'all?
That's abusive, host.
But I
What?
truly do understand on both parties because for Leo, it's unfair for
Thank
her
you,
mother
Jazz.
to continue to have had her, even though it's like da 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 da. So we really do need
Thank
to
you,
take the
Jazz.
repercussions of whatever actions. But it is unfair for her to tell her that instead of, like I'm not saying she should suck it up either, but it's like, dang, you didn't need to say that. A lot of women are still very much pick me's, and she said her brothers never told her that. You're getting mad. You all need to hold everybody accountable, but also understand that women don't get the same
What you
grace
got
that
for?
men do. Your father got to leave. Your father gets to do all this nonsense, and he still gets to be, oh, he's such an awesome dad. But your mother, she falls down one time, it's, oh, we couldn't keep it up. View everybody in the same light. That's not fair. It's abusive. Okay? You leaving your child, not doing this, not doing that. Like, You could be held to the same standards, yet you're not cussing out your father for not being there, are you? Come on now.
Yeah, that shit insane.
Hey, host, can I say
No,
something? And I know women hate to be related to animals, but
No, we
even in
cannot
well
take
primal,
you
then hold on. No,
seriously.
no,
You
no, we're
shouldn't
not
be
gonna
up
do
on
animals
here.
then.
can,
Go ahead, guys. Like, no, nigga, no. Hey, okay. What's up, Jess?
Hey y'all, can y'all hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
Thank you, Dope
Hey,
Boy.
you can absolutely love your children and regret being a mother. Some people are forced into that situation. I mean, some people start very young, they don't know what they're getting into. Some people choose it
Thank you,
and
Jess.
they're like, I can't wait to be a mom. And then like, I'm not enjoying this. This is not what I thought it was going to be. People don't realize that women, young girls, women, whoever, they're not told the reality of motherhood. We are sold a dream of what motherhood actually is. Every time I have to have my niece for more than a day and a half, I question whether or not I'm actually going to have children. Because I'm like, I don't think I could do this on a 24-hour basis. I don't know if I could be this patient on a 24-hour basis. It's not easy to be a mother. And I'm not saying that it should be, but my point is it's absolutely going to have an overlap. You're absolutely going to see all of that. Even in your marriage, you're going to see that. In most relationships you'll see that, but absolutely in this one where you're the parent birthing a child, raising the child, especially in this type of society where your whole existence is shitted on repeatedly, please. So yeah, you can absolutely love your children, but regret being a parent.
I agree with you 100%, Jess. We are sold the dream of the traditional thing about marriage and
Thanks for
children
the
and
support,
all these
Jess.
things. Yes, you are 100% correct. And then they try to tell us, oh, we need to choose better men or we need to choose better, or it's your fault that we were sold a dream. You are definitely right. I definitely agree with you, Jess. 100%. That's why I don't take these men seriously at all.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I'm still stuck on what Leo said. If your mother being honest with you about like the lack of support she got, and you worried about, oh, but that's not fair. Like I don't, I want to have this fantasy in my mind. Your fucking daddy wasn't there. That shit crazy. You know, like nobody wants to go through that. That's fucking insane. Go ahead, Lee. Thank you, Jess.
Hello, can y'all hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, can a woman still love her children and still regret becoming a
Hey,
mother?
Jesse.
Yes. I went through that with my own family. So my cousin, she had my little cousin when she was 18 years old, just graduated high school and entering into college. So she was stressed out as a single mother. First of all, hiding the pregnancy from our family because she didn't want to, get kicked out of the house. We're a Christian family, country family from Louisiana. So she didn't want anybody to know that she was a teen mother, number one. Went to college stressed out, doing a pregnancy by herself and a first semester, freshman in college, stressed because of that. By the time the family found out she was pregnant, she went into labor 2 weeks later. And so while she does love her son, she's in her 40s now, and then her son is in his 20s. He's in college, he's doing well.
Thank you,
That's her one
Jess.
and only child. And she used her pregnancy to teach him. When I was 18 years old, I was pregnant, and then I was 19, I had a 2-month old. Do not follow in my footsteps. Do not become a teen parent. And she regrets becoming a mother at that young of an age because now she's in her 40s. She's dating, she has this man that she, wants to have a baby with, but it's like a second thought because it's like, okay, I'm grown. All of my kids are grown. Do I really, my one and only child is grown. Do I want to start over? And so the longing in that
That'd be a
is
hard one.
okay. The reason why is because I didn't get to enjoy motherhood. I was hiding this pregnancy. I didn't get to have the baby shower. I didn't get to enjoy the joy of motherhood because I was so young. So now this time around, I'm grown. I'm making money. Even when she was in college, she graduated in college, but her whole motivation was, I can't be a statistic. I can't be another single black mother with just a baby mama. I can't do. So she didn't get to enjoy her life because all of her success was based on the fact that I have to go hard because I'm a single mother. She didn't get to enjoy her life and she didn't get to enjoy motherhood.
Yeah, I think it's a problem to think. I personally, I'm be honest, I don't understand how somebody can have a child and the child is grown, they start all over again. And I think especially if you're like, oh, it could have been like this, and you living in the past, that's gonna be something you regret. That's not a good reason to have children. At least I don't think so.
No, what she's saying, like she wants to have a child, but like I said, she number one doesn't want to go back and start all the way over. But at the same time, too, now I'm a grown adult. I actually want to enjoy motherhood and experience the joy of motherhood. So she
No, no,
want
what I'm
this
saying,
time around, she
it's
wants
still a
to
fantasy though, is what I'm saying,
do
right?
what?
First of all, it's interesting to be like, don't want to be a statistic because, like, if the person leaves, there's nothing you can do about that. That's the
Right,
problem. Women are being taught to internalize decisions that men are making, and what I'm saying is to go back and like, well, I didn't enjoy this thing, so I wouldn't do it again. Like I said, I don't think it's the best choice, but it ain't my life.
right.
Um, Jess, you already went, I think. Go ahead, love.
Hi, everyone. I believe that a woman can love her child, but I do believe that the love is conditional. Like it's not unconditional because if we're speaking on because your father is not in the picture or the relationship didn't work out the way I thought it was going to work out, now I'm regretting becoming a mother or now I'm regretting having you. I think that's when it becomes conditional because if I was with your dad and everything was perfect, then like I wouldn't regret this situation. So do I believe that it's conditional? It's a conditional love. It's not an unconditional love. And then also it starts to get tricky when we have multiple children. To regret that first child, yes, but to say we had 3 and 4 children after that, when did the regret start kicking in? Like it should have been so because it's like if it's like, oh, our body goes through a lot. I have 1 child and your body goes through a lot the first time around. So we started noticing that our body goes through a lot and it's mentally a lot when we hit the 4th child.
I'm gonna say this, and I think you saying the multiple children, for the sake of like to make your point, but I also disagree with you, right? Because again, it's not that you love the child conditionally. The love is not lacking. You don't like the situation. You don't like the lack of support. You don't like the way that the system is set up, and you don't like the way you've been lied to. The idea is that when you have a child, like you'll have somebody there to be there at all points, and then life turns out and that's not the case. You're the one who have to like do things on your own. You have to depend on yourself. You don't have a sense of security, and then it's when you need time for yourself, it's not there because you're supposed to provide for this child. And I think a lot of time I don't know, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, based on the way people are responding to this specific question, I'm noticing some of y'all are like children in your mind, to be
Well,
honest.
no, I think that everybody can
And
have a
then hold
difference in
on, hold
opinion
on.
without. So, well, hold on.
No,
Let me
you
just get.
can't. Hold
I,
on. No, hold on. Everybody can have a different opinion. You're right. But this is the thing too, Tara. Um, she. Go ahead, ma'am. I don't forgot my point.
Yeah, because I just feel like when we say, like I said, when we start saying, like, oh, I understand the aspect of your body going through a lot, and you have that 1 child, and it's like, this is too much. I had my daughter at 24. I just was graduated, well, walked across the stage or college with the belly in church, all this stuff that he just said, and feeling ashamed, all of that. So I did go through a lot when I was pregnant, still young and going through trying to figure out life. Do I regret becoming a mother? No. Do I wish the circumstances was different?
Yeah, but at
Yes.
the same time, you sensing
Okay,
yourself
hold
in the
on.
No, let me
situation.
I was just
let me
about to
finish
say
really
that. Hold
quick.
on. No, no. You finish. Hold on.
Sure, you guys,
I was gonna say
always cutting
that.
it off
Hold
when
on.
somebody
No, no,
doesn't
no,
get
no,
the
no,
chance to
no,
speak.
no. You did. You're just talking about yourself and your situation, and that's fine. But let me say this. I don't know where we got this idea as human beings that love was ever gonna be unconditional. Maybe we got that from media and we got that from books or something that you read, some sort of fantasy, but that's not the reality of human beings. And I think that like us as humans, especially us as female humans, woman, whatever you want to call yourself, especially Black women, we need to understand the conditioning that media played on us and our mindset, because there's no such thing as unconditional love. Love in itself is an emotion, therefore it's going to be conditional. It's going to
when
be
it's a
based.
standpoint of your child.
Excuse me,
Well,
yes,
I was talking and you cut
yes,
me off as well because
yes,
I don't understand
yes,
how women can
no,
sit on a
okay, hold
panel with
on,
3 and 4
hold
children and
on,
say I
hold on,
regretted
hold
becoming a
on,
mother.
hold on, hold
How
on.
could you have three or
Go,
four
go,
children and say you
hold
regretted
on,
that? Like
hold
what? How many
on.
times do you have to keep making the same
Okay,
regret? I'm not understanding.
ma'am,
A
ma'am,
mother's love is unconditional.
ma'am.
A
Go
mother's love
ahead
should be
and make your point,
unconditional.
ma'am. Go ahead and make your point, and don't make it off
People
of
are
my
muting.
point since you
People are
weren't
muting the
finished.
mic when I
Hold on,
Okay,
talk.
I can
So
speak because
hold
I
on.
have three
No,
children.
no, you
So
cannot speak. Hold on. Go ahead and make your point, ma'am, and don't respond to nothing that I or the host just said since you wasn't finished. Finish your original point, and let's see if you're just saying that so that you can continue talking, because that's what I believe that you're doing.
wait, I was responding to what you were
Go.
saying. We don't
No,
have
no,
to
you
for
can't respond to what I'm
for
saying and say
no.
I didn't finish my point. You're
I
a
said
liar. So do you lie
okay.
often, ma'am?
But what I'm saying is for us to say, oh, the people that disagree with you have children mindset, but you're muting everybody that don't agree with you, or we can't have a
I'm
productive
muting you
conversation
because you
without
will
yelling.
not
That's
stop
behaving like a child.
talking.
That's behaving
Ma'am,
like a
I'm muting
child.
you because you
okay,
will
so
not
I can
stop
give you a
Hold
I
on,
can
hold on,
give
hold
you
on. No, no, we're not going to do that. So it's not even
okay.
open panel yet. You said your original
Okay.
point. Thank you for responding, Lynn. Go ahead, Reds, and then we're gonna go to Mariah.
Okay. Hey y'all. Can women love her children and still regret becoming a mother? I think absolutely she can. I think regret, the word regret in itself could probably be misconstrued. She probably like I think we all go through different stages in our life and like all of us. And I think that yeah, like of course I feel like that's something that even if you grew to love because uh, females go through so many different emotions around that time, you know. You
It's
still love your
women.
you still love your child. You just probably didn't love the situation or the timing or the dynamic or that you didn't have this or that or the case, whatever the case may be. That's why I said the word regret probably may be misconstrued, but that has nothing to do with love. At the end of the day.
Thank you. Go ahead, Mariah.
Can a woman love her children and still regret becoming a mother? Absolutely. And the way I see this is that it really don't matter what the circumstances are, but when you become a mother, your identity shifts and the way society views you. Now you are this, you're supposed to represent, a certain way of doing things like, oh, you're a mother. You shouldn't be out here doing this, that, and the third, right? Like the way society views you just shifts. And a lot of women struggle with their identity after becoming mothers. Like, when do I stop becoming me and now I'm just a mom? And then also, as a mother, most people aren't prepared for what happens, especially, for example, I have a special needs child. Nothing could have prepared me for that, right? I could have had the most support ever. Like, you could be married, have all the support in the world, and you still struggle with the reality that, hey, this is not what I expected when I became a mother, right? So there are many different things that come into play. One that I think a lot of women just aren't really prepared for, that identity crisis, and maintaining your sense of self. Like, you're expected to be somebody and you're put on a pedestal, right? And expected to be almost, beyond human just because you're a mother.
Yeah, and there's also let's acknowledge the double standard, right? Because it's only applied to mothers. For fathers is like if a woman like, oh, I don't have my kids, but I pay my child support, people be looking at them sideways, but men do it all the time. And the reality is, like, the point of the conversation is the point to the fact that, like, mothers are not getting proper support, right? We're basically sold this dream and this lie that, like, oh, you're gonna have a child, you're gonna have a family around you supporting, and then when you up at night with a crying baby and nobody's there, or your child having issues in school and you don't have anyone that help bounce ideas, they having problems for whatever situation, and you're the only one who's supposed to be responsible. That's a lot to go through. And you might be like, damn, I love my child, like I'm glad that they did, but like the regret is mainly due to the lack of support and the ability to do the things that you want to do. Like I want to go on trips and vacations, I want to like do stuff with just myself, I want some alone time, and you're not giving that. And it's like, well, you're a bad person for feeling that way. And it's like, are you really?
I have a question for
But
the
can
That
I,
was
yeah, can
my
panel.
I ask a
point
question?
because
I have a
I
question as
feel like
well.
that. Hold on, let me add to her point real quick before y'all ask a question. I feel like that's a point because when thinking about all the things that human beings regret, right? Which are a multitude of things, we regret our actions often because that's just human nature, right? Hindsight is 2020. Why is motherhood the only thing that's inappropriate to regret? And the answer to me is because, like the last speaker just said, it's because motherhood is pedestalized. It's almost put in a godlike atmosphere, and people often see that and they're like, "Oh, well, women should be or mothers should be happy that people see them in this light." But when someone puts you in that light, you're not able to be human. You're not able to make mistakes. They're always going to hold you to that impossible standard, and no human being wants to be held to a standard that they cannot maintain. Like
Can I say something really quick? Then
it's
I'm gonna jump down.
yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I just wanted to respond it to love really quick. So before you got on here, I came in here earlier because you said something about women with 3 kids or 4 kids. So I want to be honest and say that, sometimes it's because your environment and what you're exposed to and your trauma. I came on here and said trauma can make you make bad decisions. And yes, I do regret becoming a mother because, if I would have made the right decisions, I would not have had kids. I wouldn't have gotten married. You know what I'm saying? So you keep saying, oh, these 3 kids, these 4 kids. Sometimes people operate out of trauma. Some people operate what they're exposed to. Some people are a product of their environment. You know what I'm saying? So,
I get that
every
100%.
situation is different. Huh?
No, I said I get that 100%. What
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying is, once as adults, when we say that people still have the child of a mind, as an adult, we learn
yeah.
from our mistakes. So what I'm saying is, if we regretted the first one or the second one or the third, like, when does the regret be like, okay, I know my environment wasn't the best environment. My mom
Mm-hmm.
had 12 children. My mom,
Hold on, before you
Oh,
start, hold on, comparing yourself, because I low key think you want to be a super mom, and we won't have no stickers for you. What I'm saying is, Monet, it depends on the situation, of course. Things can happen, life happen, your perspective can shift, right?
yeah.
It means just that the kids are older, and you having a lot more problems you were when they were younger. Like, and I think somebody say, well, the number matters because I can understand this, but not that. Like, that's
I
another
take
problem.
full
People.
accountability. You know what I'm saying?
But
Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, what I'm saying is, you already said that, but I don't
yeah.
think you should be up here defending yourself against somebody who
no,
want
she
a
doesn't have
super
to.
mom
No,
No, no,
I'm
I'm
status.
not.
not
I'm not
defending
saying
myself,
anything
but
negatively against
I'm
her.
not. I'm
I
not defending myself.
sympathize
I'm
with
just
her.
saying that
No,
most
no, no.
people are a product of their environment. Most people have children, different ways. Everybody is different. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't. I really don't explain myself honestly. I know that when I was young, I made mistakes of having multiple children, but now that I'm older, I explain to my kids, like the guy down that Lee. I tell my kids, hey, I made a mistake. If I was younger, baby, y'all would not be here. If I could go back in time, I'm very honest with them. I let them know, don't make the same mistakes as me. You know what I'm saying? I'm very open and honest with my children about the things that I've been through, the mistakes that I made, everything. It's nothing wrong with telling your kids, hey, man, I regret having y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I love y'all to death, but whoo, it's a headache. I've been raising y'all for some years. I ain't had no freedom. I ain't been nowhere. Is nothing
I
wrong
mean,
with
at
that.
the same
Yeah.
time, that you got to be careful with that conversation because, like,
It can be
it
traumatic depending
Yeah,
on
and
Hey,
it
how
can
makes
it's
them feel
I?
like
said.
they're a
you don't hold
burden.
up. You want to make sure you
Hey,
have parental.
everyone
Hold
in
up,
the
sir.
box. Can I get a minute?
Hold up, sir. You know what parentification is, Monet?
No.
you need to look into what parentification is and like or enmeshment and how like you can end up leaning too much emotionally on your children and that could be detrimental at the same time.
Can I ask my question to the panel since it's
Hold
majority
up, hold
women?
up, hold up.
I get what you're saying, Tara. I'm very open and honest with my children. And they're
No, I
very
get what you're
open.
saying, but I'm saying,
Yeah.
listen, I'm saying you might want to just look into it so you can have a healthy
Okay.
boundary when it comes to having
Yes,
those
I will. I
conversations.
will. All right.
And can
Thank
I
you. I'm gonna
say
step
something to her
down.
before she leaves really
Okay.
quick?
Hold
Yeah. Go
on.
ahead. Go
He been
ahead.
trying to ask his
No, I just want to
question.
say something to her before she leaves.
Yeah, go
In
ahead.
no way, or or any other woman up here that has more than one child and say that they regret their child, I never want y'all to feel like I'm coming at you or feeling no type of way. Like I said, my mom had 12 kids, no twins. So I sympathize with that and I understand that. So I'm not trying to come at you at all.
No, I definitely understand that. I
All
was just trying
right,
to speak on your point. All right. I'm gonna step down. All right.
who was next?
He
Rain.
had a question, or unless you want to go to the new person.
Oh, Lee,
Can I
yeah, ask
ask
your
real
question,
fast?
Lee.
So this is my question. I keep hearing like, oh, the man walks away, the man does not have as much responsibility as the woman. I will say this. This is something I've always wondered since there's a lot of women here. I just want to get an answer to this question. Why, first of all, women have way more birth control and family planning options than men. That's number one. But number two, I know here in the state of Texas, they have the baby Moses law, where you can take the baby to the police station, the fire station, the emergency room, and drop it off if you do not want to be a mother. Is
So two things.
There are a
Two
lot of
things.
women,
Hold on, I'm gonna pause you right there. Because I think this part is important. I was doing a live the other day based on a study I was reading how reproductive responsibility has purposely been made a gender role for the woman to be responsible. So when it's like, oh, you could have had all these options, and women are doing it, yeah, it's set up that way, right? And men become resentful at the idea of having to like use of birth control and the birth control option or having to wear a condom. Like men have made that part of the woman's role,
hold on, let
right?
me interrupt you. I'm not saying that the man is not responsible because it's a two-way street. The man needs to
No,
wear
no,
the
but
condom. The
no, no,
man
no.
needs to
But
get
did
the
you hear what I
vasectomy. The
said
man needs to
though?
do that.
I know, but did you hear what I said though?
You said that
When you say
society
y'all
has
got
set
all these
up.
options, but that's the point. That's the pressure that women live under.
I understand that. I understand that.
You don't, but you wouldn't understand this point.
No, I'm understanding what you're saying, but that's what I'm saying. I'm not a woman, so I won't understand. But based
Yeah,
off of
so
what you're
that
telling
point
me, I'm
not
telling you I
landed the way you
understand
thought it
you.
would. But go ahead with your question.
No, but what I'm saying is though, because like I said, if birth control, like I said, I know plenty of men. If I could take a pill every day or put in a device or whatever,
No,
I
they
would do
wouldn't. That
that.
was my point. They
But
wouldn't do that
but
though.
But
No, no,
but
now
no.
go
I
ahead
know
Men
I
and
men
answer
would.
your
I know I
Hold on,
question.
no,
would.
no, no, because hold up. No,
I know
that's
I
my
would.
point. Sir, men have actively, they got, I'm talking about a whole empirical study that they did on this. Men don't want to take the pill every day. If it was an option, they don't want to do it. Men are not getting vasectomies. Men slipping the condom on. Men are saying that this is women's responsibility. So
Can
that's
you tell
not
us where to
true.
find that source?
It's in a Discord somewhere. Go ahead, Lee.
But no, that was
What's your
just my thing.
question?
Just as the man can
Just
walk
answer the
away.
question and try trying to
Okay,
cycle
answer
back
your
to the
question.
point.
Yeah, so we can answer it.
So my question is, if the man can walk away and leave the woman, why aren't more women giving the child up for adoption or giving the child up to the fire station or to the police station or to the emergency room for adoption that
Um,
way?
oh, I got this. I'll tell you why. Because through evolution, women develop more dendrites in their brain. Because we do have children, which causes us to, have more empathy and have more feelings towards children. So there it is.
That's not it. That's not
Because I
it.
always
That is
wondered
But
that
not
if the
it.
man can
also,
walk away, the woman
but
can walk away as
also,
well.
hold up. Also, men in our society don't properly bond with children. Men can actually be emotionally empathetic towards their children. Also, when the early year, like when you have like a newborn, men should also be the ones changing diapers, getting up at night, um, worried
They
about, oh, is that
should.
a baby crying? Hold up, worrying about a baby in a crying. That helps change the way you what like the chemistry in the brain or whatever. Because the reason why I'm saying that, because a lot of times it's like, well, men can leave, women should just leave. And let's think about a society where like that's not responsible. And that's what goes back to, do women love their children? Because women are not just like abandoning their kids. They're not leave them at the fire station. They just don't like the situation they're in. And instead of women advocating to abandon more children, women are advocating for more support so that it doesn't have to be such a difficult process to raise children. Because I'm pretty sure nobody here wanted to be left at the fire station.
I mean, of course not, but you know, that is an option. That's always an option. Unfortunately, I'm not agreeing with the option, but it is there.
That's
It's
not
not a
really
good point.
helpful. Yeah,
Yeah, at
it's
all.
not really gonna help society. Like that's not the solution to anything. So
No,
what?
there
We're
are
just
plenty
gonna
of
have a
people that
bunch
want
of
children and can't
hold
have them. They
on,
would be
hold
glad to take
on,
those kids and adopt those
Yes,
kids.
it can help
Lee,
society.
hold on, Lee. That would if that were the case, then they wouldn't be begging people to foster children and adopt children. Like there is an overflow of children in the system.
So, can everybody see my
I
screen?
don't understand, especially as black
Okay.
people,
So, quick
why
reminder,
we
guys. My goal is for you
don't
to
why
be,
well hold on, I gotta mute you, baby. You got background noise. I don't understand why we don't think that socialism should be a thing, especially as black people. Like, why not just provide more assistance to mothers? Like, are we going to be the type of people who watch people struggle and just because you struggle and you may have made it out your struggle, you're gonna be like, well, you should struggle too, motherfucker. Like, oh well, like deal with it. I was able to deal with it. Is that the type of people you gonna be or you gonna continue to be? Because that's
You
what it seems like, the reason why we don't believe that mothers deserve that offers them little to no help.
Well, I have a
gonna
question. My
say
question
like
goes based off of what
a
you
lot.
just said.
Hold up. A lot of those kids also end up being trafficked and exploited, which is the whole point that takes us back to, like I said, women are not advocating to abandon their children. But I'm not surprised that a man would ask that question. Go ahead. What did you want to say, ma'am?
I had a question. So before we decided to have children, because I know people say, "Oh, I didn't know motherhood would be this hard. I didn't know that it required this. I didn't know your life completely changed." I want to know, did you grow up around your mothers or your aunties? Because as far as I know, with the Black community and Black culture, a lot of a lot of our parents, or not my parents per se, but I hear a lot of parents say like, "Oh, this is too much. If it's not one thing, it's another." They always say these little things, or always give you the inkling that motherhood is not hard. So I want to know, where did we get
Hold
the
on. You
idea
said
that
not your.
motherhood was
Hold on. You said
glamorized?
not you. Hold on. You said not you though. That
No,
wasn't
I'm saying
you.
my mom never made me feel like, well,
Okay.
I want
Okay.
to
All
say my
right.
mom never made me, let me correct that. Let me,
Pause.
wait, if I could
No. No.
correct
No. No. No.
myself.
No.
My
Hold
mom
up.
never made me feel like I would, even with her children, and never
Okay.
tell me that she regretted it or made me.
All right. I'm gonna mute you. I don't like this game you playing. So it doesn't apply to you. So it doesn't apply to a lot of people. What's up, Reem? What you want to say, Reader?
I was gonna say that there's a lot of people watching this live right now, and a lot of them probably are women that are pregnant or women that are looking to have kids in the future. I'm not a woman, obviously, but I'm gonna say something that a lot of women might not want to hear, but they need to hear it, right?
Hold on. You think as a man you about to say something that women need to
I'm,
hear?
I'm not gonna
Let's
say
hear
some
this shit.
crazy. I'm
No,
not gonna
I
say
want to
some
hear this
crazy shit.
shit.
I'm
It
not
better
gonna
be
say some
good
crazy shit.
too.
But
It better
what?
be
No,
good.
relax. It's gonna be good.
No, you really
What?
you
What?
excited to say some bullshit. Go ahead.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not gonna say some
No,
bullshit.
go ahead.
But I
Say it. I
want
want to hear it.
the
Say
women.
it.
Okay, fine. Sometimes the woman has to be strong on her own, and I know a lot of women don't want to be.
Women gotta be
A lot of
strong on
women
their
are in their
own.
soft girl
Hold
era.
up. Fucking
Yeah, they gotta be
groundbreaking,
strong on their own.
sir.
No, listen.
Fucking
Tara,
groundbreaking. Oh
Tara,
my god, I
Tara. Let
can't
me
believe
say,
you said that.
Wait, what he say, Tara? I
He
missed
said
it. Go ahead,
you
sir.
gotta be
Finish.
strong.
You gotta be
Yeah.
strong. You gotta be tough. You gotta go further. Okay, finish your point, sir.
Yo,
Okay, stop saying Tara. Come on, you
okay,
irritated me. Just finish
yeah,
your point.
yeah, because you keep interrupting. Just let me finish
No, you
talking,
saying
and
some
then you can say
bullshit. Go
whatever.
ahead.
No. And this is what you need to know, right? Tara said there's a lot of kids in the
Who the fuck
system.
is Tara?
Terror, whatever her name is. She said
No,
there's a
ain't
lot
no
of
with
women
that.
in the
Hold up.
system.
up. Who are you talking about?
The host. You're the host, the person hosting the shit.
He doesn't
Go
know how
ahead,
to say
sir.
your name
Jesus,
appropriately.
Jesus,
It's
Jesus
Tara.
Christ.
It's Tara. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, it's not a common name where I'm from. That's why I'm having
Okay, go
problems
ahead. Go
pronouncing it.
ahead.
All right, good. Jesus. You know what?
Are you gonna make your
Never
point or
mind. Never
not?
mind.
He ain't
Okay, go
I'm
saying
trying to make my
shit.
ahead.
point,
That's
but
the point. He not
Okay, go
saying
ahead.
shit. He like all these women in here. Let me come in here and say something. Y'all gotta be
I'm not.
strong.
I'm not
Bitch,
gonna.
shut
I'm
up.
not.
Shut up. Hold up. That's what I'm saying. That's why I say y'all niggas is fucking weak. Not this nigga coming in here talking about y'all gotta be strong. Come on, sir. Be for real.
Okay.
You ain't saying
Okay. Can I
nothing.
ask? Can I ask a question then? Can I ask a question then?
You ain't saying shit about the
How
topic.
many? How many people in the box, right, has grown up in single parent households? That's the question I want to
Hold
ask
up,
you,
hold up,
Keita.
hold up, Rita.
None
We
of your
gonna we
damn
gonna pause you
business.
for a second. Go ahead, Morgan.
Okay, so a few things. I was trying to keep notes. There was a woman who said, "Oh, didn't we hear?" And I'm gonna go through a few of them, and then I'm gonna mute up. There's a woman who said, "We didn't know that motherhood wasn't glamorized." And the thing is, the women who tell the truth about motherhood are demonized. They're punished for saying this has been hard or I have been harmed. Some proof to that is the fact that when women report abuse, they are less likely to get full custody or even limit the custody of a man that has documented abuse in child custody courts. I'm going to use Lundy Bancroft. Why does he do that as an example?
I
As
love that book.
Love that book, right, Lynn? Okay, and what I was going to say is children are weaponized. And honestly, pregnancy is weaponized against women, right? As a tool to control women, which is why we don't get to honestly state what pregnancy has been like or the things we've been through, right? Like increased risk of, I don't know, DV or unaliving, to the point that many women, right, are reporting. And also, you can find out in Lundy Bancroft's book, why does he do that? Why does he do that? You can find out that according to court appointed officials, many men are reporting that they are abusive for the first time when a woman is pregnant. So all of that, you need to vet better, you need to plan. That's not necessarily a factor. So yes, women can regret becoming a mother when they didn't know that their entire pregnancy, their child, and then being a mother was going to be weaponized. And my last point was going to be, we are in part animals. And if you do any research about, children being weaponized in like baby cubs being weaponized in hunting, you can find that a lot of times apex predators will take a baby animal from a pack because the mother will stay back knowing she will die if her group leaves her. And the only way the baby and the mom survive is if enough of that group of prey are loyal to her, because she's gonna stay with that baby even if it kills her. And the predators won't kill the baby because then she'll leave. They'll just let them live. So even animals that aren't as complex as humans understand that you can manipulate a mother in nature by having access to her child. And I'm done.
No, I appreciate it, Morgan. I love how you be doing all your research and coming in here. Love that. Let me just say this though, because that's the point when the dude earlier was talking about, well, what, leave the baby at the fucking fire station. The thing is, um, the maternal instinct in a lot of women is there. They want to be there for their children. They want what's best for their children. They're not abandoning their children. The problem is we have this artificial system that men have set up to make women independent, and not have the support of community, and your loss of identity and the amount of sacrifice that's required can be draining on a person. Men have set it up that way. And so it's not that women don't love their children or they hate being mothers. They hate the way the system is set up. And I think that's valid. And then when women try to say that, well, this system isn't fair, hold up, these expectations, the man ran off and now y'all demonizing me, right? Like I'm the one who has to suffer and he gets away from it. right? I can't have my own individual life because these are all the expectations I'm supposed to do on my own for children. That's a lie. And it's like, oh, you don't love those kids. You're a fucked up mother and all that. And then a lot of women retreat and then don't have a conversation. But the reality is like, that's fucking valid.
And
Go ahead.
can I say something to that point?
Yeah, and
Um,
then after you naturally you can go.
okay. I just also wanted to add that it's a postmodern concept. The motherhood that we are experiencing in this day and age is not the motherhood that our grandmothers, great grandparents, ancestors experience. Motherhood, us being, single parents, sole parents, not having community, not having support, that is a postmodern concept. Motherhood, we didn't raise our children in single parent households and without the extended support of family until 20th century that became a norm. Yes, single mothers have been around from the beginning of however long, but the climate that we're seeing now is a postmodern concept. So a lot of mothers are realizing that this is extremely hard, being a mother in the 21st century. And also another comment I had wanted to make, I don't know if we're looking at comments or whatever, but most of the
No, we're
people that are
not.
No, we
saying,
don't
Hold on.
address the
We're not
comments.
looking at comments. All right, and let me just say this: women are supposed to be raising children with each other. Men have isolated women for their benefit. That's the reason why you're struggling with your child on your own because it benefits men for you to be isolated, not because it's
right.
best for you and
But
not
there's
because it's
more
best for
men
your
in their
child.
child's life now than it was like
Hold on,
now
hold on, hold
than
on,
back
hold on.
in.
You can cake for the niggas in a second. Go ahead,
I
natural.
will.
Hi, I come from multiple different situations, I guess. So I was adopted. So my parents initially, in my eyes and from my perspective, it's the rejection. Then I also grew up in a two-family household. And then I also am a parent. For a little while, I was a single parent of my own. So I got literally different perspectives. And for me, noticing and growing up and realizing different perspectives from everyone, I feel like the biggest problem, I kind of agree with what, I don't know what her name was. She was just kind of speaking, but just multiple things that everyone's saying. A biggest part of it is the support. So all of it goes back down to, like, to me in my eyes, is the support that you have and being and what your situation is at home. Like, are you a single parent? Are you with someone? If you have a really good spouse, I feel like the load isn't going to be as bad. So I don't think that women would regret it. So for me, I would think that it all goes back down to like mental health for women, as well as, like I said, the support. Like the biggest thing is the mental health, like the stress level. So I just think, depending on your situation and your mental health, it would determine like the rejection, of course. You know what I'm saying? And then someone just said the isolation, for sure. Like, men do that. They like to separate. Even with my mom, me watching my mom when she was older, like growing up, like as a kid, and then starting to mature to understand, like every time my mom wanted to do things or go out or have fun or like to hang with friends, it was like, no, well, what about the kids? Like the kids got to go here. Well, we need something to eat tonight, or I need you to do this. It was always trying to keep her in the home instead of her. You know what I'm saying? Like the mental health part of it, her, like her getting out and having her own identity outside of the children as well.
Mhm.
So that's what I have to say. I don't know if
Yeah,
that,
identity is a
you
big
know.
part because it's like once you have children, everything got to be about them, about being a mother. What's up, Miss? Y'all got losing.
Hi.
Miss, there we go.
Hi. Yes. What I was going to say to the prompt is, I don't think anyone can love their children and still regret becoming a parent, but specifically becoming a mother, since that's what we're talking about. I think that if you regret being a mother, then that means that you wish those children did not exist, because that's the only way they can exist is by you creating them, right? So if you say,
Not necessarily. If you think of it like this, right? Let's say you got some cousins. You fucking love your cousin, like
Mhm.
you love them, right? Or even if you're an aunt and you love your nieces and nephews, fucking love them. But to be able to get a break from them and send them away at the end of the day could be something that you desire.
Right.
That's valid. That doesn't mean you don't want them to exist. You're like, okay, this can be a lot overstimulating. This could be a lot. All right, I need to like go be a hermit for a little while.
Right. And I think communicating your emotions is important. But I do think a lot of women feel the way you're talking about, but they would say, well, I regret being a mother. I feel like those are two different things. Admitting that something is hard and draining is different than saying I regret the decision. Just like
Well, what do you think when you hear women say they regret being a mother? What part of that do you think they're talking about?
I'm thinking they're saying that they wish if they went back, they would have made a different choice to not be a mother. That's all I'm hearing is that
What do you
because
recommend those
it is
women do?
hard. Huh?
What do you recommend those women do about those feelings?
I
If they feel
mean,
that way, let's say I feel that way.
right,
Like if I can go back in time, I would erase my baby.
right.
What do you recommend I do?
I mean, therapy, whatever it is you feel the need to do, but I
But
would
what is
not.
therapy supposed to help me with? Like what is the actualization I'm supposed to come to with therapy?
The actualization is for, so if you're feeling that way because you feel overwhelmed or overstimulated, it would help you develop coping mechanisms to deal
Oh,
with
I'm not
your
overwhelmed. I'm not overstimulated. I just wish I can go back and not have these kids.
But you
Now,
can't
what is therapy
deal with it.
supposed to help me do?
right. So therapy, I would hope, would help you with making peace with your decisions and your results. However, I'm not saying that it should be
I
illegal
did.
for
I'm
you to,
taking care of
okay, wait,
them.
I just want to land because I want to land because I get what you're saying. But what I'm saying is that it's okay to feel that way, but we have to understand that that is meaning that there's a lack of love. You can enjoy something, you can like something, but that does not mean that you love it because love requires sacrifice. So if you love
Love requires
but
sacrifice.
can I land? Sorry, sis. Can I land? So
I don't know if that's true.
there are certain things that are really hard, right? Having a super fit body, owning a business is going to be extremely draining and full of sacrifices on a day to day. But if you love it, you would say it's worth it and you would make it work. That's different than saying, I would never have done this if I knew what it took to have it, to maintain it, right? So
So
there
let me
are,
ask you this.
uh-huh.
If I gain 100 pounds and I said, I regret gaining this 100 pounds, but oh well, I'm gonna have to deal with it anyway. Does that mean I don't love myself?
That means you don't love the 100 pounds that you gained. And 9 times out of
I
10,
mean,
you
I'm indifferent about it, and I'm gonna deal with the consequences of me gaining my 100 pounds. But do that mean I don't love myself?
you can still you are not your 100 pounds, so you can still love yourself, yes. And you can still like the verb love, like you can still love on your children and not love them, and that's just the reality. I feel like
There's an
as a
emotion.
love is multiple things, right? It can be an emotion,
No,
but it's also a verb.
that's like y'all saying when people say, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again. That's not the definition of insanity.
I mean, we could look it up if you're unclear of the definitions of love. Love is used in multiple ways.
I'm clear, but love is an emotion.
It depends on how it's being used in the sentence, but that's neither here nor there, right? That's neither here nor there. If you
You
wish your
use love in
children
a sentence, in a verb tense sentence.
if you wish your children did not exist, that means that you do not love them. You may enjoy them and you understand that there's pros and cons, but a lot of people are parents out of duty and not wanting to feel shame for or guilt. They're not parents
I
out
should
of I love
clarifying
my
question.
kids.
I should clarifying question. You think love requires sacrifice?
Yes.
It does,
Yes.
and no matter
Mm,
what aspect it is, it requires
hold on. Can you?
sacrifice.
I want her to explain that.
So
Like, why does
what I'm
love
saying is,
require a sacrifice?
I don't think you can say that you love something without being willing to sacrifice something for it. Otherwise, it's just you like it a lot. That's what I mean by that.
I think the word love has been weaponized to think that you gotta sacrifice for it.
It's not a
Right, because
weapon.
that's
It's just
because they think that
reality.
love is the action. You can't use love in the action tense. You can do things because you love someone, because love is an emotion, but it's not an action. Y'all gotta stop saying that.
If I say I love someone, that's literally an action. That's a verb. I love them. I'm not saying I feel love for someone. That's a different sentence, which takes on a different meaning of an emotion. But if I say I love so and so, that is a verb, which is an action. It's to do, it's a
Well, you don't have
behavior.
to do anything to love somebody. Like you literally, like their cultures where it's not even normalized to say it. You don't have to do anything. You can just love a person. That's what I'm
How?
saying. Y'all
How?
saying that it should be unconditional, and then you're making it conditional by saying that it's supposed to be a
When
sacrifice.
it comes down to your children, it should be unconditional. There's nothing that my daughter can do to make me not love her.
I know, single
Nothing.
mom. I know.
Yeah,
I'm
If love
wonderful.
should
completely
be, hold
there.
on. If love should be unconditional, then it would be unconditional. But as we see as human beings, it is not unconditional. So love is not love. You shouldn't do anything.
So
You
your
saying that
child can
alone?
do some. Sorry,
Hold on.
I thought
You
you were done.
saying that
Sorry.
alone, that love should be unconditional, should denote to you that it is not. Because if it should be, then it would
It
be,
wouldn't be a,
but it's
it wouldn't
not.
even be a conversation. Yeah.
I no, I'm speaking on the prompt. I'm speaking on a mother's love. So if we get into relationships and all that, that's completely different. But if we're talking about your
No,
children,
so let me
your
ask you a
child can do
question.
something. I'm about to ask you, I was talking. So
Yeah,
your
I'm about
child
to
can.
respond to your question.
I didn't even ask the question yet.
All right, go ahead. I got you.
So your child can do something that can make you stop loving them or love them differently.
Yeah, if my child was Jeffrey Dahmer, I wouldn't love him. Would you think that I was wrong for not loving my child if he was Ted Bundy?
Well, that's something completely different because his parents got him
No,
started
it's
on that. So you
not.
should love the
No, no, no,
product.
no.
You
Hold
should love the
on.
product of what you created because his parents is the Jeffrey Dahmer's parents is the one that got him
Okay.
into that and got him
Well,
started with
imagine.
that. So they
Okay,
had something
imagine my
mentally going
kid.
on
Hold
with him
on.
just
Hold
like they
on.
did.
Hold on. Imagine my kid was not exactly Jeffrey Dahmer, but they did. They did everything Jeffrey Dahmer did, and I said, I hate that motherfucker. He tried to. I dislike him. He tried to unalive me several times. I do not like this child. Would you think I was wrong?
No child, and I work with children. I'm a teacher. No child is just turning out that way
Okay.
without being a product of what they, like y'all said, a product of what
Yeah,
of
yeah.
your
Somebody
environment,
else
what you grew
did
up to.
whatever.
So you should
The teacher
love
did it.
you should
The teacher
love.
did it.
No, you should love the product of what you created because if a child is behaving
Let me
that
ask
way,
you.
there's something that caused that.
Hold on. Let me ask you something. You're a teacher. Did you, by any chance, take psychology, or you say you work with children? Have you ever taken psychology?
Absolutely. I'm actually
All
in
right.
school
So
to be a school counselor.
let me ask you something. What is psychopathy? What's psychopathy? What is a psychopath, love? Hello, are we there? Anybody? Do anybody know what a psychopath is? Cause she not answering.
Oh, we know what a psychopath is. What are we saying?
What's a psychopath?
It's a personality disorder where they lack empathy and remorse.
Or were they born that way or socialized that way?
We don't know yet. There are
No, we do
inherent.
know.
There's a
No,
difference
no,
of
we
psychopath and
100%
a
do.
sociopath.
No, you
Right.
cannot test the baby for psychopathy. So no, we don't.
Oh,
We
Jesus.
No,
can't.
no, but
It's
A
just not true.
psychopath,
it's two
a
different ones.
psychopath is born that way. A sociopath is socialized to be that way. There's a difference.
Uh, saying the same thing. So we cannot tell what triggers psychopathy yet, or when that's formulated.
But I mean that's valid. If you have a child who's a psychopath and you gotta lock your door with a deadbolt at night because the child trying to unalive you. I mean, it's going to be hard to focus on your love
Oh yeah.
if you in survival mode. I mean, damn, she left. She didn't get to the part where she got the cake for the niggas. Damn. But let Los Myth go.
Yeah, to the prompt, I think it's a possibility. Um, I also think regret is a feeling too. Like it's something that's I don't think you regret every day with something. I mean, I guess if your life that bad, you might regret every day.
Let
Um,
me ask you a question. You think all these niggas abandon their kids, love their kids?
I don't think so.
Yeah, because you think a man who claims that the mother kept her away from the kids and didn't fight in the courts love his kids?
No,
All right, cool.
but yeah, I you know I think a person can regret. I mean anything. You know.
Can
Um,
you? I mean, you can regret buying a really nice car because you can't really afford that motherfucker, but you love that motherfucker. You love riding that bitch down the street, but you like
yeah,
shit. You hurt when the
right.
payment come, but you still love that motherfucking car.
Yeah,
It's not that difficult.
you just in a stressful situation. You know what I'm saying? But it's not
Yeah,
more or
so
less. Yeah.
yeah, you ain't about to get a motherfucker back.
I mean, it ain't really like that hard to, you know, to picture it, I guess.
Yeah, it's not. That's why I said some of y'all act like big ass kids, and shit. If I was your mom, I would regret your ass too. Go ahead, big.
On the day.
We doing good. What you want to say?
Well, I gotta watch what I say because it seems like there's some bashing going
Hold on,
on.
hold on, real quick. Go ahead, love, cause he on some bullshit already.
No, I was just letting you guys know. One, my daughter called ironically, and I'm in the
No, that's
gym,
fine.
so
Okay, it's
I didn't
cool.
run.
I know you.
Trust
Hold
me,
up. I know
no, but
you was
I didn't
looking it
run
up.
from.
I was just
No,
giving
I
you
see the
opportunity to
comments. I didn't run.
respond.
I didn't run from nothing. Never.
Okay, we got it.
I can never. I can never run from
We
anything.
got it. You came back. You redeemed yourself. What you want to say?
I didn't need to redeem myself because I didn't do anything, but I'm here.
I mean, you was on the phone with your daughter, but clearly paying attention to what we were saying on the panel.
No,
What do
I
you
read
want to
the
say
I
now?
read the comments
It's
when I got back
Yeah,
fine.
can
What
we
you
on.
want
get
to
to the
say?
meat? Can we get to the meat and potatoes?
Hold on. Go ahead. Say what
Yes.
you want to say, ma'am.
No, I'm just saying I'm back. Whatever. I'm here. I saw the comments, but I'm back.
Oh, did you come up here to talk about psychopathy?
I came up here to talk about whatever we talking about. That defeats the
No, the
purpose.
question was, what
I
was
just I
psychopathy?
feel
You went on
like
teacup and then come back. I was giving you an opportunity to respond to that.
whenever we get to a point where you guys can't answer a question, then we go to, oh, if your child was in the forest and what does that
No,
have to
no,
do
that
with
was the
what we're
question that
talking
was
about?
posed before
Your
you dropped.
child, for you to say that you regret a child, your child is not Jeffrey Dahmer. That's all that, like I said, if we go into
No, you dropped before when somebody asked you a question. I just want to know if you want to answer that question. That's what's happening right now. You dropped. You say you didn't run. Whatever. We don't care. You here now. Do you want to answer the question that was posed earlier? If not, there are other people up here.
To put in another way, if my child was a school unaliver, would I be justified to not love that child? Be
sorry, I
like,
thought
oh,
my
okay, that makes
no,
sense.
I thought my phone was still on. Somebody muted me, and I
I
never muted
muted you.
myself.
Yeah, you're not a good
I have on
listener.
headphones, and I'm in the gym, so I don't know if I'm muted or not.
Yeah,
So
I
that's what I'm
know. That's
talking.
crazy. You're
Okay.
doing a lot. You're doing a lot.
Uh, so
You
the
said
question
that
is
crazy way.
simple.
I
If
couldn't hear
my
you. You said that's
Thank you,
crazy. What?
Jess. For real, you ain't gotta be all this, man. You ain't gotta do all that. Like, just answer the
Yo,
No, I'm
yo,
saying I
question.
couldn't
the
on
hear
to
what she
question
the
is
said.
simple. The question is simple. If my child was a school unaliver, would I be justified in not loving them? Would you be like, oh, okay, that makes sense?
No, I wouldn't.
Thank you,
Oh.
Jesse.
No, I wouldn't.
Why not?
because that's your child. Can you not agree with what he's done? That's different. But can you say, "Oh, I don't love my child because he did X, Y, and Z"? That's something
I
completely different.
no, I don't. I don't love them because that's messed up. Why you do that?
Just because you're saying that you would call the police doesn't mean that you don't love your child. What does that have to do with that? That's apples and oranges. It's two different
I'm not
things.
gonna lie. The I guess the theory or to imagine unloving a person is difficult to grasp for a lot of people. But because, like you say, you can be like, I'm gonna call the police. I'm gonna send him to jail. But I still love him. I don't like nothing he did. He disgusts me. But something like just, I guess, deep on the inside is still like holding on to a piece of love.
That's at
I
the end of
think
the day,
it's
that's
hard
my
to
child. We're
disconnect.
not talking about love for a man. We're not talking about love for a woman. I'm talking about love for the thing that you brought into this world, that you birthed, that a lot of times are the product of their environment. So we would have to, I said there's a bunch of other things that will go into the conversation. So would I look at you differently if you like, I don't love my child? Yes, I don't care what my child does. I will still love my child. Doesn't mean that I would let her not be responsible for her actions, but I still will love her.
Now, hold on, because we kind of off track because you was claiming
And
that
that's what I'm
somebody who
saying. We
regret.
every time
Hold,
we are
no,
on
no,
the
no,
prompt
no,
and you
no,
guys
no,
feel
no, no,
like
no.
you guys
Because the
are not
point you
I'm
was
not
trying to
answering,
make,
or you guys feel like
that's
you
why I
can't
muted
answer,
you
we go to
before.
something else.
No, 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 because the point was earlier you were saying somebody regret mean they don't love. So if you're arguing that even if somebody your child unallows somebody, you should still love them. You can love them. Then like that can apply to regret too. You can regret and still love. Um, go ahead, gaslight, and then who's at the top? It don't even matter who up Hmm. there. I'm about to shut this down. Yeah. So, All right, good luck. hey,
And regret and love and
We know,
holding
we know,
somebody
hey, we
accountable
hey,
are
hey,
two
hey,
different
hey,
things.
hey, 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 just go lift weights, B. And I would say get on the treadmill, but you don't run. Remember, you said you don't run. I remember you saying that. So, yeah, cool. Um, can a woman love her children and still regret becoming a mother? Yeah. So, scientifically, yes. Socially, no. Philosophically, um, it's up in the wind. Scientifically, love is a chemical in the brain. It's handled by the prefrontal cortex, and sadness is going to be handled by the amygdala. We know that there's, we know that these two things can coexist because we see it when, like, say you get the job that you love, but you got to move away from your family. Your brain is going to release all of the chemicals that's necessary for you to feel that sorrow, which would be like cortisol. Your cortisol levels would raise, and it'll also bring you joy. That's your serotonin, your dopamine, etc. Right? So scientifically, yes, it's very possible. Socially, if you regret having your kids, you don't love them. You're a loser because there's no reason these two things should coexist. Feeling sad because they're there tells us that you don't love them enough to not feel that sadness because they're there. Um, Philosophically, I don't think people. Well, I'm gonna say people. I don't think women actually love their kids for the most part. They may It may happen, but for the most part, it's just thinking they have a duty to do so. You'll hear people say, "Oh, I love my kid," and when I say people, I'm talking about women. You'll hear women say, "Oh, I love my kid that's in my stomach." You don't know this kid. You know that there's some things there, but the child as an individual, there's no personality there. We know that you start feeling love for things such as looks, how people smell, what they contribute to your life. That's love on the average. That's not what happened when women are pregnant or when they give birth. They just love it because it's their kid. And you'll hear women say, "Oh, I mean, there's one on the panel now. She's working out, but she think, oh, it's my child, therefore I love it." And she think that love could not stop existing. If you love the child just because it's your child, then that love could not stop existing. But if you have conditions for which you love that child, when those conditions are no longer met, you'll no longer have that chemical reaction in the brain. That love will no longer exist, which is more aligns with what Lynn is saying. So yeah, from just depending on how you're looking at it, it's possible, then it's impossible, and then it's a philosophical thing where it doesn't exist because we're conditioned to be a certain way.
I
Mm-hmm. I don't.
guess
I think I
like I
disagree.
feel like
But
oh,
hold on, I think I disagree with the personality part though. For the sake that there are women who have miscarriages and are devastated, like truly devastated. Um, but I mean, again, as a man, I can see why you see it that way. What you were saying, Lynn?
I was gonna say, I think a lot of people love their kids and love their babies, but then when their kids become adults with their own minds and like don't turn out the way that they supposed to, I don't think that they love them no more. But my point is, like, yeah, there are some women who they had miscarriages and they were devastated because they love the kid, but and I think that that's the thing. But I disagree with the love lady saying that like that's it's supposed to be that way, right? The reason why I disagree is because that's how she feels. If it was supposed to be that way, then a lot of stuff wouldn't be happening. Like people wouldn't not have unconditional love for their children. Like it wouldn't be a thing.
You also see So people. There are people who sacrifice for adult children too. I think when it comes down to it, I don't believe that. I think when people start making love a competition, it get real weird. yeah, to the idea that women are devastated, and I say to the idea, I don't doubt that it's true. It is true, but I think that's just a loss of ownership. Like that's my child. Again, you don't know this child. There's nothing to love about this child other than it's yours. And I understand that women have, chemical imbalances in their brain. So I could chuck it up to chemical imbalances. I don't think it's genuine But in terms of if love is a chemical reaction, then how can you deem that it wasn't love? If you say love is a reaction in the brain, sure, it's it very is. possible that It's this woman had a reaction in the brain. You're the one who adding characteristics to it. sure. So if she's having these chemical reactions in the brain, she's Hmm. having all of this stuff go on. It's going on, but I wouldn't say it's love. It's just misplaced. It's misplaced ideology. You think it's love, but your brain is just going through hyper stages of chemical imbalance, which isn't the same as as we cognitively perceive love. But that's what I'm saying. I think
Believe
as
the
a
same
man, you
thing when
might
it comes
see
to
it.
men.
Yeah, I think as a man, you see it that way because one, that's not a capability that you have, right? But at the end of the day, like I said, if you're saying scientifically, this is a chemical reaction in the brain, and you can't live without characteristics. That may be the way you feel, but if it's a chemical in the brain and if the chemical reaction happened, then it would still be love. But the chemical reaction isn't because of a strong feeling towards something. It's because your chemicals are just out of whack. So that's different. Whereas where we perceive love as a strong feeling towards something, then that chemical reaction happened as a result of that. But if your if these chemicals are firing off as a result of other chemicals firing off in a misbalance, you can't view it as love because the cause doesn't bring about the
Gaslight.
effect.
It's not landing.
Absolutely. The
You're
It's
cause
going
not
in
doesn't bring
landing, baby.
circles.
the
It's
You're
cause
not
going
doesn't
in
landing.
bring about I
circles.
I
mean,
was just
sure,
about to
but
say, can I
prove it wrong.
rebuttal? Because this not adding up. And I don't know where you're getting your data, sir. like,
Just say you can't follow because you don't know anything about the
well, I
brain.
mean, cite
Simple.
your source. And you're saying that love is a chemical reaction, and you're saying that people who have kids, they're having these reactions because they're of a hormonal imbalance. That's what you're arguing. That is scientifical. Women, when they're pregnant, have a hormonal imbalance, and that's what's causing them to have strong feelings for their child. That they're literally feeding and attached to. That's like
Yes, that's
saying,
a fact.
wait, sir, that's like
That's a
saying,
fact.
I don't, because you're making it seem like you have to have a personality to love something.
I can love my body. My foot don't have a personality. It's a part of me. So I love it because it's a part of who I am. When I have a child, that is a part of me. It doesn't have to have a personality or hair or eyes for me to love it. Like, it's not adding up.
Thanks for proving the point that it's about ownership. It's a part of me. This child is its
What?
own individual, but you think it's a, again, like I called out the ownership clear early into my statement.
But
But go
that's,
off, sis.
you just said
Go
it's because
off.
of a hormonal imbalance.
Go off.
That's what you said.
Even if you say it's because of feelings, like you said, like an actual, let's say you're talking about a physical feeling, women physically feel babies' agency in their body. Women physically experience a child's developing brain that is separate from their own, causing a physical sensation in their body. So again, you're talking in circles.
Exactly.
Hold on,
He
it's
even
because he a
said
man.
that. Oh,
Hold on,
go
I
ahead.
think
I'm
I
sorry.
told y'all it's because he a man. But let Dark Horse go, and then we'll open panel back up.
Hey y'all. Hey.
Hey.
Hey. I wanted to say that I think you guys started the conversation with this. It just went other directions. But my idea about the prompt about can a woman love her children and still regret becoming a mother? I think it's more about the experience, and I think Tara touched on that. When I say experience, it's how you are supported. If you get the breaks or what have you. So you're going to have an overall more positive experience. And then the regret is usually something that is reflected inward. You're looking at maybe you don't have the time that you need to do something for yourself, right? That's why I'm thinking about regret, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. But I'm thinking that if you don't get a chance to finish a degree, you don't get a chance to join yoga, you don't get a chance to, I don't know, start a cooking lesson, whatever it is that you want. That regret, I partner closely with resentment. So what you're resenting is that lack of autonomy that you're having. And I think that's what's making the experience of motherhood a regret to some. And I also want to say, and this is diabolical too, right? The experience of your child, if you are egotistical and your child is doing well and you can wear your child around like a damn badge because your child, I don't know, is some prodigy or, is super athletic and is about to retire you. Now all of a sudden we ain't got no regrets of that one. Oh, it's all worth it. I'll do it all again. So a lot of this stuff is what people want to wear as some sort of badge and you think it's some sort of reflection on you as a parent and you get accolades. A lot of this stuff is self-centered. But just loving your child no matter the outcome, loving your child no matter the impact, that's not how humans work. It's going to be based on how well the type of support is, and then how much you are under stress behind a situation. So that's what I look at. I look at it as stress. But what is there to regret if you have support and you're getting all your needs met and the child is wonderful? I'm talking about when strife hits and you don't have the support and it's all on you. And that can be anything. That could be you battling cancer, the C word by yourself with no support. Whatever it is, insert so and so. But just this blanket, I love them no matter what, you're lying. You know that things are struggling, and it's usually a reflection on what you don't have, support wise, or time for yourself. You don't have that autonomy, and some of that shit is gone. You're going to be mad. You're going to get resentful. That's what it is. But we love them though. We love them though. But yeah, I wanted to bring up that point because I don't hear these successful parents of these star athletes and otherwise prodigies complaining. I'm like, it's all gone now, huh? Right? But that's it. I'm mute up.
I did want to say one thing. I have noticed that when it comes to this topic, a lot more men tend to say that you cannot love your children and regret becoming a mother. And the reason why I think a lot of men align with that is because they don't really see women as individuals, right? They see motherhood as their identity, right? A lot of boys, when it comes to their mom, they don't see her as a individual. They don't see her as a separate person. A lot of them don't even realize that she was a whole woman person before they became a mother. That's her sole identity, right? So they're not humanized. They're not seen as individuals. And a lot of men align with that. So they can't really when it comes to this type of discourse, they can't really understand what we're saying because women understand that we had identities, especially moms. We had identities before we became mothers. And a lot of women struggle when they become mothers with understanding that that identity is still valid and being a mother is a different identity, and merging the two or even having those two identities still exists is a problem to a lot of men. That's why a lot of men, they want women to walk away from their jobs, walk away from different activities and things that they're doing because, especially with women who become stay-at-home moms. It's like, why do you need to go out with your girlfriends? You're a mom now. What about the kids? Who's going to watch the kids? Who's going to do this? Right? A lot of men don't see, when women become mothers, they don't see any other identity outside of that for them.
So I believe in this modern day, right? The terms of being a mother and being a father are being challenged and updated, right? So like for us fathers, it was like, man, look, you go to work, you provide, and that's what you do. Now it's like, bro, I don't want to be at work all day. I want to be with my kids. I might not take this high paying job if it requires me being gone from my kids all the time. Just
You
like a
know,
mother feeling like, hey, I need to sacrifice who I am as a woman. Nah, a woman like, no, I want to go out and have friends and also be a mother.
But men
Like,
had that choice to choose that. That's the thing that I'm trying to say is that
Hold on, real
men
quick,
can still
y'all.
have.
Hold
Oh,
up,
go
hold
ahead.
up, hold up, real quick. I keep forgetting to do this. Can y'all tap the screen? We should be past 40K likes by now. Share the live out to somebody you think might want to participate in the conversation. If you haven't already done so, you send a daily heart me to support the live. If you agree with people saying on the panel, you can support them by gifting. And if you like the live, support the live goal, y'all. There we go. All right. Back to the conversation.
So
Thank you
like I
for
was
doing
saying,
that.
men have a choice to choose that, right? A lot of men, when they become fathers, their sole identity does no, it does not, they don't just become just dads. They still retain that same identity regardless of whether they have children or not, right? That's why society, they'll shame a mother for, like, for example, if a mother chooses not to be the sole parent, right? She's the one that is the secondary parent. She pays child support. She gets vilified for that, right? Whereas a man, he could be a father and do the bare minimum, right? And he's still considered to be a father in all the other roles that he plays. For women, right, society wants us to so be enmeshed with the idea that we're mothers, we'll do anything for our children. If we do anything that isn't in the best interest of our children, we don't love them. We're, this, that, and the third. So that's really what I was trying to get to the heart of.
you know what? It's interesting that you just said when men become fathers, they get to maintain their identity, and when women become mothers, they got all these different identities. Society can't deal with all of y'all different identities. Y'all need to find one identity and
That's not
stick
what she
to it.
said.
And then
That's not what I said at
that's
all.
Wait, what
literally
is
what
he
she
talking?
said.
He
That's quite
literally did not
literally
say
Talking
that.
about.
she literally said you got the identity of a mother, and then you got the identity you had before you were a mother. She said these things. I'm not just making
You
stuff
just
up.
proved
No,
my
she
point.
didn't. She said
Uh,
you had
you
your
know what?
own
You
identity before you
and
came a mother, but once you become a mother, no one sees who you were as a person. They only see you as a mother. That's what she said. She did
no,
not
it's not.
say you have two personalities or multiple identities. She
I'm gonna run it
said
back.
that
I'm so gonna run this back.
you
That
can
does.
run it back, but she's right here. And she said that's not what she said. So you
No, I mean
misinterpreted it.
I'm a crop it and show you. She said what I said. She
What
said
I'm
So
because
you're
I'm
saying,
gonna
not
you
gonna repeat
mansplain
something
what I
somebody
just
said that
said.
they
misunderstood.
didn't say. It
You
is what it is.
Right?
misunderstood,
She's
is what
telling
we're
you that
saying.
that's not what she meant. That's not what
She
she meant.
said what she meant. What she said are two different things. I can't anticipate what she meant. I can
How
only
you
tell you what
But
she
you
interpret
said.
it
can't
is
review
not
your
what I
own point
said.
though. But you don't remember what you were saying, and you can't make your point make sense. Gaslight, please, please.
and I also
Yeah,
believe it's about what that person is into, right? So, like me, I ain't into a whole bunch of like crazy stuff. So Like, yeah, my identity didn't change, but I can also take my kids like everywhere I go. I believe some people like their lives don't align with children, so they feel
What
like
you mean
these
you
two
could take kids
conflicting
everywhere you
identities.
go? Everywhere you go is a kid friendly, kid catered environment that doesn't have any safety hazards for children. That's what you're saying?
Or there's a lot of places that don't allow you to bring your children.
Where are those places?
Exactly. You wouldn't
The
know
gym,
because your
no, the
kids.
gym, the
Get
gym
sick
for
in the
one.
get
I'm at
sick in
the
the
gym right
hospital. You
now.
gotta have
I'm at the
surgery.
gym right now, and I can't. Oh, and you can't bring your child though.
No, get
Yeah, so
sick.
I
Have
built
a
a
have an
gym in my
emergency surgery. Who
garage.
gonna take care of your kids?
Many
He's
women
talking about
cannot work from
personally,
home.
y'all, not in general, I
Many
think.
women cannot work from home anymore where they also had their children with them. So, sir, no, that's your reality because you're a man and a father.
No,
That's what we're
you said if you're sick, where your kids gonna go?
Yes, if you have an emergency surgery, if you have an
Do they
accident and you're
have
injured,
family? Like, do they have a dad? Do they
so
have
you don't
grandparents? Do they
have so
have
you don't have
anybody?
your we're talking about you, nigga. You said your kids can go everywhere and they always with you. You don't need nobody else, stupid.
I didn't say I didn't need anyone else. I just said
Do y'all
like,
know? Hold up, sir. Y'all know the little changing table in the bathroom for the
Yep.
baby. That's been a big issue because they starting to do it now because people pointed out. But y'all know they didn't even put the changing table in the men's bathroom.
Call a family bathroom now.
That's not true. I've always seen those baby stations in restrooms and men restrooms.
No, no,
They've been there for quite some time. I'm not gonna say
no,
always. They may have been in women
no. Hold
restrooms
up, no,
before.
no, no. When you said not always, right? They're always like that's the thing. I don't know why you try to like jump on that when that was weird. That's literally been a thing where they would put the baby changing tables in the women's bathroom. That was the default. Not the men's. The men's bathroom had a little urinal on the wall. You go in the women's bathroom, and you're right. Now they have the family
but there's a
bathroom.
changing of the guard. There's a
Not,
changing of these
but not
things.
everybody, not every restaurant has a family bathroom. There's
That's why I
typically
said
when
it's
you go,
changing
when you
also. But by
typically go, it's
default,
only
that's
a
not how it
men and
started
women.
off.
Yeah, when you
So I
typically
mean,
go, it's only a men and
No,
women
but yeah, by
bathroom.
default, it was a lot of. But then I said earlier, the identities of motherhood and fatherhood are changing.
you know what? I don't know about that identity stuff, but what I will tell you is by
I
default it
believe
was
that.
that. By default it was that way. Yes, because typically the woman would be the one that would nurture the child and do those things. But men are more active in their kids' lives now, so they're putting them in the men's restroom. But I'm sure y'all gonna argue against that. Men don't help out. Men don't contribute domestically. Go for it.
No, nobody's
So
gonna argue that. But also, you got to think about the way women plan events. Like men, when they hang out, y'all don't be planning events for the kids, right? Um, y'all be planning events like when y'all go out
That's a broad
when the dudes
statement.
out. No, it's the truth though. It's the truth though. For women, be a big thing. Like, oh, can the kids come? It don't be the same thing for y'all. It really don't. I don't
It
like.
don't. It don't.
Yeah, the fact that y'all want to lie is the problem. Because like you could say, yeah, things are changing. That's the point of us even having these conversations. But the reality is that the way it started off is still going to have an impact on the way it is today. Like even a woman, like you're not supposed to do certain things if you're a mother. They like, oh, what kind of mother would be stripping? What kind of mother would be out at the club? Like it's like, oh, you're a mother now. You ain't supposed to do none of this shit. That's not applied to men. Let's be for real.
Hold
Also,
on,
just to
certain
well,
men
add,
you
can't
should
be
have
doing
said
certain
what
things
kind of
around
mother is
me.
yeah, and
working.
also just to add, he said that women go places like, why are you going places where no kids are allowed? There's places like weddings that don't allow children. There's places, birthday parties that are is all adults that don't allow children. So even places like that, that's not a strip club or a club. There's places that don't allow children.
Girl, most women can't
But
take their kids
my
to
thing is,
work
why
Yeah,
can't they
where they
go?
have to feed them.
I don't think any. I want to know anybody that can take their kid to work.
And just
But
like,
men are not presumed to be with the
I
kids.
can
Yeah.
take
But the
my
kids
kid to
live with the
work.
woman.
It
And
depends on the
kids
job.
and a lot of women, the push to return from work from home was for women. Men were not working from home with their kids.
and I'll even say this, just the fact
Hold
that,
up, but
oh,
hold up. This is important. The men are the ones who were pushing to go back in the office. They the ones who said they wasn't as productive as home. They want to get the fuck out of their house.
Exactly,
Those
and they
were the
want women
married
back in the
men.
office with them.
Those were the married men, though. Married men.
So I had wanted to say this, the fact that it was brought up, well, why are these women not going to places where you can't bring the kids? Do you not hear, like, even the fact that women, like, were already primed, it's like, why are you even thinking about going places you can't bring your kids? Because the assumption is you only going to be going to places where kids are accepted and allowed as a mother.
If I could give another example,
And that
ladies,
goes back to
I
your
don't know
original
who
point.
made a
if I can give
statement.
another
Who
example,
made this
ladies, we
statement
did not
of
take
where
our
can you
babies to the
go?
grocery store during COVID. So were we not to get groceries because there wasn't just unlimited Instacarts available? Were we supposed to just never go outside, never get gas because we hate the gas station, but we need it to take our kids everywhere they go? What are you talking about? The essentials are the places that are not the friendliest to our kids or even safe for our kids. What are you talking about?
I don't know. I'm glad I ain't got kids because y'all make that shit sound tough.
And this is what I say. I know I have
It's the
my
I
difference in
don't.
support. That's
opinion,
what
but
we're
I feel
talking
I'm
like
not
if
about.
you
gonna
don't have
lie. I'm
Thank you,
children,
not.
it's kind of hard
Idris.
to even
Everybody's
understand.
life and everybody's situation is different.
What we're saying though is it shouldn't be that everything has to be accommodated for women to take kids around with them. Societally, we're supposed to have a community to help. And I'm supposed to go lots of places without the kids because there's a community there and we're taking turns. But y'all have this idea that they are attachments, they're appendages. And everywhere I go, they go as well. But other people don't experience that. Other people have autonomy. That's what we're talking about. That was never supposed to be it.
Exactly. And the expectation that women are supposed to assume all of that, that we're supposed to always make our schedules align with what the kids got going on. We always have to be accommodating, always have to. And as parents, yes, you should do that. When you have kids, you take on that responsibility. But even society, for example, you go to you have any school conferences or anything like that, they're emailing mom first. They're not calling dad. They calling me, right? And there were times, when I was growing up, they would call my mom. My mom was the breadwinner in my household. So they would call my mom first and she off on a plane somewhere doing a business trip. Then they would call my dad. It was the assumption that the woman was going to be the one, the mother was going to be the one who would assume the role of being accommodating, having, all the information, the schedules aligned to the kids. So that's what we're
Anybody,
talking about. And it
anybody who
aligns.
work in a anybody who work in a school will tell you it's not. I'm gonna call your parents. That's not what they say in the school. It's I'm gonna call your mama. I'm gonna call your
Exactly.
auntie.
No, I've noticed it from
Hey,
two
you know what
different.
we got to do?
I've noticed it from two different
I
sides. So I worked in the school system.
Yeah, and
I
I'm
worked in
gonna
the
say
school
that
system that
we don't
I
say
worked
that
in.
anymore because not just because of the dads are in their lives now, but sometimes there's a lot of people that don't have that don't live with their
Right.
parents or that
Then you're not supposed
mother
to.
could have passed away.
But
So we're gonna say like I'm gonna call your guardian or something
yeah,
like that. So
it could be a foster child or something. And I know they
yes.
do PD for
But
stuff like
back in the
that.
day,
But
that's
the
what
fact,
they did
but
say.
that's the point. The fact that they had to do a professional development or training to like get people to say the right language in the first place.
But if
Yeah,
the mom
most of the
is in the
people.
life, if
I
the
mean, but
mom is
things
in your life, the
evolve,
first person
y'all.
that
We
they
can't
call is
like
the mom.
It's not evolution. It's we got to move women away from patriarchy because
things
most of
start
the people in the
evolving
school,
in real
because
time.
most of the people in the school that's gonna call your parents are women. So it's really just moving women away from patriarchy and upholding patriarchy.
There's also who's showing up to the school too.
Yeah, yes, evolving. Like this is what it used to be. It used to be. Evolving is. I'm just saying this is what it used to be. So we devolve. I guess we're evolving, but no, we're going back to what it always should have been, which was community based, and everyone took care of all the fucking children. Not just one lady had to do
But
everything.
I also think it's like we got to a point where like everybody was moving to different cities and doing different things, and it wasn't a focus on keeping the family together. So like I might take a job in California, my brother might take a job in DC, my sister might take a job in New York. But so we was all trying to like better ourselves, but understanding we was taking away community at the same time.
Yeah, they have you chasing that dollar. They will, and you're gonna miss the support. And some things you cannot get back. You cannot get experience back. You cannot get time back. You're always going to have to make money. Always. Like that's never going to go away. I wish it would. I would love an apocalypse and start this shit all over, but it's not. But people are still prioritizing more money. Now, if you're in a state where you can find zero employment, we need to talk, right? But it is more money. It's not, I don't have none. I don't have any. It's the continual fucking rat race of continuing to get more and more and more and more. We overindulge or what have you. Everything's about that. And in the meantime, you're missing out on connections. You're missing out on
Yeah,
community because that's what you're going to want when you get older. That's what you're
'cause
going to want. In your younger years, you should be wanting connection. Actually, you should be wanting community and people around because those are the kind of things you cannot buy. Doesn't matter how
'cause we
much you have, you can't buy no authentic connection with somebody or somebody that you enjoy.
just to make it personalized, me and my family travel so much just so all the cousins can link up and all our kids can link up. But our own like family land that we all could move on, but it's in the country where ain't nobody making no money and it ain't no jobs. You
That's
get what I'm
that's
saying?
that's that's actually
Y'all can work remote. Y'all can sell food. Y'all can start a goddamn, what do you call it? When you have the a farmer's market, y'all can build shit or what
so
have
we
you.
go,
Somebody,
so we go,
one
we
person
tend
that
can
Yeah,
to it.
do like the
that's the
Amish
exact
people
reason.
did.
That's the
Hold
So
up,
exact
we
y'all
reason why.
know. Do like the Amish people do. What you talking about? Live off the land and
so
shit. You
like we
got
go
you
to
got
it, we
land, you
tend
got
to it.
resources. Grow
We
some
got
crops or something.
we
Come
got
on,
houses
man.
on there and everything.
Excuses. Hold up. No, I don't like niggas with excuses. That shit crazy. Did PFC say something?
No, that was me.
Go at PFC and then we go to you, Anthony.
Yeah, can a woman love her children and regret becoming a mother? I think absolutely. I think the responsibility of becoming a mother and a parent, in general, is a lot, especially if you're attentive and active. I don't think it's exclusive just for mothers. But yeah, you could definitely love that extension of you. But what I see in most cases, what happens is you know, children start getting neglected. They're taken care of, the basics. I put a house over your head and clothes on your back and food in your stomach, and that's that. But, the additional things, love and respect, especially respect, for them children is lacking. Because I don't know if people see what I see, but many people, I see you, baby. Many people don't respect their children. Um, no, no candy right now. We all finished eating. Many people don't respect their children, and I think that comes from, just an example of this prompt is that they love them. Yeah, baby. Okay,
Hold up.
they love
Hold
them.
Hey
up.
man, you
They
gotta get
they
rid of
Hold
that
up.
they
baby.
I'm
love
You
sorry.
them,
I
can't
gotta
keep
point out
ignoring
this
the
but
point.
kid.
Not you saying they don't respect the kids. If you don't mute up and cut them kids to say hold on, come on, we ain't respecting the kids. That's crazy.
yeah, people don't respect their kids. That's
Damn,
that's
that's
No,
not.
you
crazy.
having daddy time. You having
You,
daddy time. Come back after
No,
daddy time,
no,
gang.
no, 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 no. I could walk and chew gum at the
But
same
sir,
time.
you
I
don't
don't
know what
know.
the
I don't
baby
know
was
if most people.
saying.
I do know what the baby was saying. She wanted me to
She wanted
finish.
candy. We already
Yeah,
know
that
because we
which
heard him say
people,
it.
which people not listening. She just wanted some candy and she's eating lunch. So again, I'll
Hey, we
finish saying
dads,
what I'm saying.
bro. We
Thank you.
dads. We
I'll
know.
finish saying what I'm saying. People can walk and chew gum at the same time. But
Then you
to finish
giving
my
us more. Hold up, you giving us more of an explanation than you did her. That's crazy.
Right.
no, well, you didn't listen. I said after she
No,
finished
you
eating.
said no.
No,
I
I said
heard
after
you.
you finish eat. You didn't hear me because I said after
You
you
said
finish
no,
eating.
eat your food. You didn't say after you finish eating. You said no, eat your food. You're eating
He
lunch.
said
Right.
you
Then you
can't
said
have
it was
candy
bigger.
right
That's the
now.
same
You
thing.
gotta eat.
Verbatim. No, it's not the same thing. It's not.
Nah, y'all, don't do it. Nah, he said that. He said what he said after you eat
I
No,
lunch. He
they
repeated his
no,
did.
cause,
statement
because no,
verbatim,
because
babe.
they no, because now because I made the point. Now is because he said he like I said she can't have cup eat her candy until she eats her food. that's a problem somehow because I'm
No, the
talking about
problem
people
is
not
you're more
respecting their
willing to
kids.
pay attention to us and dialogue with us than your child during your
People,
time with your
people,
child.
people. I all the time is with my children. What are you talking about? I don't have a specific cut moment. All the time is with my children because I'm always with my children.
But you're not always
Well,
paying
that's why you
active
need a
attention.
break. But hold
Not
up, you
y'all
Yo,
treat
clearly
them
yo,
need a
like
break.
maybe,
Though. Hold
mothers.
maybe,
up, why
maybe,
y'all not?
maybe, maybe,
Why you
maybe
not
y'all
sit? Hold
can't
up, why
walk and
y'all
chew
not
gum
sitting down
at the
having that
same
meal
time.
together? That's
Maybe
crazy.
because I'm not eating right now.
That's
I'm not eating.
crazy.
That's not crazy because I don't want to eat right
No,
now. That's no, y'all because
you're
I
not
said
even
y'all
giving
don't
under.
respect y'all kids.
No, no,
It,
you're
Hey,
it
not
hey,
triggered
bro.
respecting
you.
your
It triggered
kids.
you. It triggered you because I said y'all don't respect y'all
No,
kids.
I heard
That's
you
the point. I
disrespecting
got
your
it.
kids.
I got it. It makes
Hey,
sense.
bro.
Got you.
Hey, nah, bro. Look, they treating you like a mother. You can't have a life. Your identity should be them babies. That's what they trying to do to you. They're actively speaking against that, but telling you you should be doing it. It's the
Well,
hypocrisy for
really quick,
me.
Gaslight, right? Really quick, Gaslight. The thing
It
about
very
the
much. It
food
very
thing
much
for
is.
moms, hold on,
It
really
is
quick. The thing about the
gaslighting.
food thing is the thing about the food thing is with children, right? They have an increased risk of what we call choking. And sometimes it's not even what's in the food, it can be an allergy presenting. So, yes, mothers are hyper vigilant around children and eating because they need to be supervised. You are being a hypocrite. You were open
No,
to that because
but
you're
he
being
also
defensive,
missed
sir.
it.
Yo, that
He
sounds
hold
fucking
up.
stupid because she's right here in front of me.
Hold up. Oh, not you cussing in front of the kids. That's crazy. Because
Yikes.
before you got circle jerk, you were trying to say
That's
people
crazy.
being disrespectful. That it wasn't about the prompt. He trying to make a point about being disrespectful. With children, you have to like overly explain things so they understand why. Like, hey, I know you want the candy, but right now you need to eat your meal first, and then after you done your meal, you can have candy. Okay?
So
Like none
I
of that
guess I
makes
never
sense.
said that before. I got you. I never said
That's
that before.
exactly what he said.
Meanwhile,
Now you want to tell them you said
meanwhile,
that.
I
Hold
know
up.
you got
You said
blood.
it, but they didn't know it. You said it, but they didn't know it.
She's 2.5. She's gonna want candy every time she sees the
So you don't
box
think
of
you gotta
candy.
say it again? You think you should say it one time?
Oh my God. No, I only said it 2 times my whole entire existence of being a father. But this time, is no different because kids are gonna keep pushing. That's what kids do. Kids see candy,
Pushing.
she's eating.
Kids, yeah, kids
Yo,
manipulative as
And
heck.
then first we
yo,
talk
it's
about
funny.
how first we
It's
talk
funny.
about how dad are not around their kids. Now we telling them how to parent. Let him be a parent.
It don't matter
Love,
because
1 minute for the
I'm a
cake. Just give
man.
us a second, babe.
No, it don't matter because I'm a man and
You're a
I'm
man, but
speaking
right.
on
But listen,
something.
toddlers benefit from repetition. They have a short
They love
attention
trying to
span.
gaslight a father,
Okay.
bro. Just leave
It's
it. Just
crazy.
let it
If
die.
I
Just
would have
let it
It's
die,
not
bro.
about you as a
What
father.
kind of
It's about
grace?
the
What kind of grace they
baby.
give the
You making
daddy?
it about you as a father. We're talking about what the baby needs. We're not talking about you as a father.
okay,
We're
what the
talking about the
baby
baby's
needs,
needs in developmental state. What are y'all
what
talking
the
about? The
baby
That
needs
that
is to
father.
finish
man,
her lunch,
The
and then she can
baby
eat
father.
candy.
that
That's what
man
the
know what
baby
that
can do.
baby need.
After
That
the
man
baby
know what
finish
that
her
baby
food,
need.
after the baby finish her food, like I said, then she can have this little piece of candy. But until she finish her food, she can't have candy.
You saying like I said, but you didn't say it.
Put me on
Oh, okay,
speakerphone. Tell so
okay,
tell
Hold
that
Tiff.
up.
baby
Hold up.
flip that
He
goddamn
said I
plate.
said it,
Okay.
and then when we said you didn't say it, you double down. Then you were saying
But
like I said
somebody else
again.
heard me.
Hold up.
Only the
No,
women
no,
didn't hear
you
me say it, but
playing.
somebody else heard me say after you finish your food. That's
Mm-mm.
weird.
I
Okay.
heard it, but my question is, as a dad, why are you on TikTok when you should be parenting?
As
So
a
I could
mom,
walk
why are we
I
all
can
up here when we
hold
should be
on.
parenting our kids? We up here
Oh,
complaining about not
Girl, my
having
daughter
I'm trying to
wow.
had
prove a
a
point.
very expensive
I'm
All
school,
these
trying to
honey.
prove a
mothers
point.
all these
Super
mothers
expensive
up
school.
here wait, all these mothers up here,
we can all start questioning where
that shit
people's
is
kids
crazy.
are. Like that's ridiculous.
Love, you are a
That is
mentally male
crazy.
identified woman.
And
You
I'm
are
not. I'm
experiencing
not.
cognitive
I'm just not one
dissonance. You
sided.
are.
I'm not.
You
I'm just not one
are.
sided.
I
So
told
you
you
know
why
what's
my
I'm
daughter's
not.
not at the park, girl. She at school.
I'm not
She's at
you
one
an
know what's
Hold
sided.
expensive
crazy?
Hold on. I'm not
school.
talking about you, Miss
You
Cleo.
know
I'm
what's
just not
PSC,
one
crazy?
You
sided.
PSC,
asked.
Whenever
What's
a
cra-
woman
what
doesn't
PSC.
agree
Hold
with
on a
that's
another woman,
wild.
I'm
Hold
better
Hold up,
on.
with her.
y'all.
Please.
Hold
PSC
up, y'all.
talked
Don't
to
quit trying
Love
to say something.
directly.
I
PSC
don't
talked
think
to Love.
I don't even think y'all really
PSC
like
Hold up,
fathers that's
talk
sir.
to
active.
Love and tell her how
I
she
don't
don't respect her kids. Talk to her directly because she won't talk to you.
But I
So you
agree.
can't
I don't know
just
her
talk
I was
about
situation.
just saying
people
stuff
But
don't
to
I
with
don't think y'all like
Respect their
active
kids.
fathers.
You
I was
said
just
that you
saying
don't
I don't think
respect the
y'all like
kids.
active
I
fathers
did
because it
not
go against
agree.
everything that y'all talk about.
I did not agree with GA. I did not agree with what he said. I'm not agreeing with every man that comes up here. So just because I don't agree with what you all are saying doesn't mean that I'm on the man's
I'm not
side.
watching the babies.
Hold
I
on, what you
said that
didn't agree with
PFC
that I
came up here about us not respecting these kids.
And
Yeah,
I
I
said he
didn't.
was talking to
I'm
you,
not.
love.
Yeah,
So
no,
you
I'm
think he
not.
ain't talking to you?
No, I'm saying I wasn't addressing that point. I was addressing you go
Well,
all telling him how
don't
to
skim
parent
off of
his
that. Why you gonna
kids.
skim off the insult?
I
So
was
you going
telling
so
you.
he can insult
I
us
was
about our
addressing.
mothering, but when we talk
No,
about
what
his
I'm
parents,
saying.
and now you got to stand the fuck up.
I
Shut
was
up.
addressing that point. I didn't even get into the other point. These are two different
Why
things.
not? One was insulting you. You're okay with the insults, but when somebody insult him,
I
you got
didn't
to
even
raise the fuck up and put the cape on. Y'all playing in my face.
to be
I just want to
completely
say
honest,
it
I
take
didn't
a
hear
village.
everything that he said.
Hey, love, what did I say that you didn't agree with so I can so I can explain it to you better?
Nothing. You're perfect. You're doing great.
Amazing.
I don't even want to get back into
Like
that. I don't want to nothing.
like I told them,
We already got off your point. I don't even want to get back on it.
they don't. I don't think y'all like active fathers. I think it go against a lot of the shit that y'all say. Because if anybody else came up here with their kids in the back asking for something, it wouldn't been nothing. But y'all picked the smallest little morsel of something to try to make a point out of, and didn't even make a point. People in the comments talking about is right there, baby. People in the comments talking about he's not watching his kids, but the kids is in the back. And when y'all kids is in the back, I see it. I told you. If anybody else kids is in the back making noise, it's nothing. So it's funny.
Yep.
It's funny. It's funny as shit to me. But I'm gonna disprove y'all
This man
the.
still up here neglecting his kids. Hold up. Ain't somebody
I
else
know
Yes.
you're not talking
speaking?
about. Hold on. I know
We
you're not
live in
talking
a
about
technology
neglecting kids.
generation anyway
I
where
know you're not
these
talking. I know
kids got
Tara not.
cell
Sir. I
phones
Tara
and
not
walked
up here talking
away.
tablets,
about
all
neglecting
I
type of
walked
kids.
stuff.
away. You still ain't getting them kids no attention. Hold up. Mute up real quick. Check on the
Tara, where
baby.
you? Tara, where the fuck is your
Hold
kid?
on, sir. We ain't
Where
going
the fuck is your
nowhere.
son? Stop
Sir, we
playing.
ain't going nowhere, sir. Hold
Stop
up. Go
playing.
ahead,
Stop playing.
big.
Stop playing. Nah, stop playing with me, yo. Niggas could walk and chew gum and take care of their kids and
All
do
right.
all
Mute
that
up
shit.
real quick. Go hug
Man,
them babies real quick. What's up,
Don't let
big
that's
her
crazy.
don't
RB?
let her rile you up, G.
They hate active fathers.
Hold up, sir. Go
No,
ahead,
all I
big.
was saying was
They hate
like,
active
shit,
fathers.
we
That's
live in a
funny.
generation where kids is playing on tablets and all that type of stuff now anyway. Like, kids don't even got to go to school no more. You can learn ABCs and one, two, threes on your phone. So it's like, it's a
On the phone. No, that's not the best
tablet,
way to
iPad, it's
learn.
all the same
Wait,
shit.
what?
TV,
That's
you
Oh
can
my
don't
learn, it's
say that
all the
again.
same
God.
Please don't
thing.
say that again.
Yeah.
These are the fathers.
Don't
Y'all be
repeat that
getting
again.
bored.
That's crazy.
Y'all got tablet babies and shit. Please.
That's the generation we live in. It's 2026. These
That's
not 90
neglect, man.
babies.
That's
These not
fucking
But
80
neglect.
babies.
the
These is 2020
generation
babies.
ain't got nothing to
Sir,
do
please don't
with
let
how
her
you
speak.
raise your kid.
But can I just say that we just saw an example of how mothers get treated every single day? Like every single day. Like a mother cannot do anything without it being affiliated with
Right.
what's going on with her kids.
Oh, this feel
Jennifer.
like the Matilda. This feel like the Matilda effect. She trying to take credit for something already said. She just gonna repeat it back like it was a new idea, like it was some type of novel. Like you got
First of
it.
all,
Go
I
ahead.
didn't hear you. And second of all,
No. Hold up. Hold up. No, Mariah, you just made a great point. Thank you, Mariah. He is experiencing like a woman would experience. That good. I love that you clocked that. Big, did you want to say something?
That's stupid. So that make it right.
Hold up,
About
sir.
about this topic,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
W Mariah in the chat, y'all. Go ahead, Big.
hold on. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna save my comment and
All right, okay. Hold up,
and
because
I'll
there's people
just
in the
come back.
queue. No, you come back later then. That nigga dropped. That was crazy. Um, what's up, Naomi?
Hi.
How you doing?
Well, first of all, let me give me the disclaimer. We are outside. I do have kids, but they are well taken care of.
We good. We
They
know
are.
you're a great
Oh no,
mother.
you
No,
gotta
you
get off of
no.
here.
Hold
You
up.
gotta get off of here.
Yeah, You
I
got
can
you.
see
You
you're
can't
a
be
you're
on
a
here
great
with your
mother. Hold
kids and
Oh,
up.
wait a
family.
You just
minute.
neglecting your
Hold
kid.
up.
This is not a
Those
male
kids
space,
sound
niggas.
happy. Hold up, y'all. Hold up, yo. Them kids sound happy. Go ahead, Naomi.
His kids are happy too.
Hold on,
Okay.
sir.
So one of my little 2 cents, I feel like don't make your children your identity, but
Oh,
definitely,
That's 4 times that baby said,
and he is
"Mom."
okay.
Yo,
He
big
is
is
Mom,
big
okay.
is
mom.
He is
shit.
very okay. He all
Kiss
right. He,
mom.
I know my child. He doing that because I'm talking. He ain't said my name the entire time. But no,
Mom, you
I
ain't
don't say
explaining
make
though.
your
You gotta explain why that you not answering them.
Sir, shut up.
but no, I don't say definitely don't make your child your identity. My children is not my identity. I love them down. I take care of them, but they're not my identity. Meaning still have your life. Now, I would say I put my family first. So I won't do anything. It's nothing's pleasurable to me that will not benefit my family. It just me personally. So that's what I gotta say about the topic. I hope that answers it. It's just like now what I say, she don't need to have kids because she says she regret motherhood, which I'm just like, like I look at my body, like we look at our body, for instance, our bodies changed since we have had a child, but do I regret having my children? No. And I had C-sections. Like I can be
but
like,
they don't say. But I want to be clear. That doesn't say regret having your children. It's just becoming a mother. It was supposed to be motherhood, but I ain't like the way it fit in the screen. It's the way motherhood is. The way it is in a patriarchal society is what we
but
addressing.
are you a mother without your kids?
No, I'm just talking about like the experience of it. Because we live in an individualistic society, the experience of it would be different in some way where it's more collectivistic or communal and you have more support. Or the like we could live in a society that's more child centered. Like one of the criticisms that a lot of the jobs that people work provide health childcare, right? Or the fact that, you know, when you have young children, you have to pay out of pocket instead of being like a more universal childcare option, right? Having to go places like the market and having tantrums instead of being like child center space. I know they have like the little carts. But we could like do a lot more to make spaces comfortable for children to take the pressure off the parents, specifically mothers.
Okay, I see where you're going. I do, especially about the carts and all of that stuff. Like, yes, okay, I'm going to talk about me. I do have to move a certain way, knowing that I have 4 children. I do. It's not a easily. Oh, I'm about to run to the store because it's not. Obviously, it's not accessible. I will say for my husband, it's the same. It's the same for him. I won't say it's different for him, but he has to act a certain way. In fact, my kids act better with their daddy besides me. But I will say, yes, you do have to move a little differently. But I mean, okay, y'all,
They
y'all can
always
race,
do.
y'all can race and don't yell. Thank you. But yeah. So I hope that answers it.
I don't think it's the
Not a
same
way
for
to
the
pin
dating
that on. They don't
though.
got a way to pin that on men, so they gonna call you a pick me because of that.
Nobody call her.
What she said.
Hold up, sir.
Yeah, it was
Calm
money.
down. Nobody call her a pick me. Why you so upset? Tell us why you mad.
I'm not mad. I just find it
You are
funny.
you are mad.
I'm not. I'm actually smiling. I think it's
You
hilarious, actually.
you don't have to be angry, sir. Calm down. We're just having a conversation.
Okay.
Y'all niggas lack joy. God damn, I swear to God. Y'all fucking horrible every day. Y'all don't smile or nothing. Crack a joke or nothing. Y'all fucking miserable.
Your voice sound miserable.
I think he just
He
wants to go
got he
outside.
got a closed
His
mouth
does
smile,
too, though.
y'all. He was smiling with his lips together.
He sounds like he might need a break. You should get you
No,
one.
literally, I do think so. Liz asked, "How did he
Parenting
become?"
is hard.
So Liz asked, "What happened?" And I kind of wanted to know. Liz said in the comments, and I'm like, it does give a. Tara, remember when you said, "Where did the baby come from?" Like, who did you take this baby from? Like, what?
When does your relief come?
I have a question. Do you
Ain't no relief when you full time. What you talking about?
it well? Actually, it is because I'm full time, and you have to take a break. That's what goes into my question. I feel like if a lot of women take breaks because a break is needed, that's not even a question because you can lose your mind not having a break. I'm a stay-at-home mom, but I take a break. So what I think my question is, do people think if you prioritize your mental health and your sanity over just like, oh, I got to be this hard ass parent, I'm sorry if I can't cuss on here, but a hard parent, and I got to provide for my kids, like that type of mindset, that's just toxic to me because at the end of the day, your child can't thrive if you're not thriving. So I feel like just prioritize your mental health because you know what?
I
That's what I think.
I got a break. What does I mean? I got to break down. I got a question. What does a break look like for a full time parent?
Taking a moment where you're not actively like for example, if you got a house full of things that need to be done, listen, this laundry could wait for a minute. I'm about to go make me some coffee
Right.
and decompress.
Right.
But if somebody were to walk in and be like, what have you been doing all day? And they just catch you in that moment, that's not okay. It is not okay for women or for moms to take a moment to decompress, right? Because what if something happened in that 5 minutes? Oh, the baby, just decided, oh, I'm gonna learn how to crawl out of my crib today, and they slide down or whatever. We gonna be crucified, right? We're not allowed to take a moment to ourselves because we always got to be on. And I think that's very unhealthy to have that expectation.
Yes, and what some women were saying down to the simplest form is a break can be, let me go to the grocery store without running behind the kid, or let me go shopping and grab a shirt or something without pulling my kid from running to another area.
I don't know about you, but I love going to the grocery store without my kids. I mean,
And
I'm
that can
so
look
much
like a
more
break from
productive.
just being a mother, or without having your eyes open, or without feeling like you have to monitor someone else. So when guys think that you're saying a break, you want to go to the club and bend over and twerk. That's not what every woman wants. A break looks different for everyone.
Point
A
Did
lot
me
of
to
y'all
women,
those
a lot
mention?
of
that
women mean they want.
And I just wanted to ask y'all, do y'all? I want y'all to be realistic too. How often do y'all see fathers at the grocery store with the children?
Tara, I was gonna say what they didn't say about the break. A lot of women mean I want to take a shower, brush my
Mm-hmm.
teeth, use the bathroom to eliminate. They want to do those things and not be responsible for if the child comes to harm during that time. That's what a lot of women in year 1 and 2 mean.
That mean they need a partner
Like
or something.
very basics.
I was just about to ask. So, me just asking because I have an active another person inside the household. Can that just be asking for help? Because another a form of a break, I won't call that a break. It's just partnership. If both of us is here, I'm not taking care of all these kids by myself. Not doing it. So I won't necessarily, me personally, that's not part of my break. Me taking a shower is
Do
not.
you get to clock out though? Because I was just talking about that yesterday. I think especially women who, if you're a stay-at-home mom, you got to have a clock out. And clock out can't mean, oh, I'm in the bedroom by myself. Like literally, like you can leave the house and maybe go somewhere for the night or something. Like, do you get the clock out? And when you
Well,
clock
me
out, you don't have to
personally,
leave a list.
no,
You ain't got to make sure the
oh, no, no,
food
no,
is
no.
stocked
See,
up.
no, I don't do that. You know what time your kids go to sleep. You know what they eat. You know what they don't eat. I don't do that. My husband knows. You take the kids to the doctor. You're not about to call me and say, oh,
So
what's their birthday?
but my question is, do you clock out though?
Well, I mean, I heard you say overnight. Me personally, I'm not about to leave overnight. Why would I leave my husband and kids
All
overnight?
right, so all right, what about clock out for the day and you leave for the day, not running errands, but like just a day to yourself.
Or like not do the morning. Do you
I don't think
regularly
we've
not
No, that's not
cook
no
experienced
no
enough
and
no no
healthy
and
no. We
and
not no
relationships.
hold up. We're not gonna settle. No. Clock out. Like Today I'm off, and from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., I'm gonna be out doing what I want to do. Or this evening I'm going out, and I see you later. Like, how often does that happen?
Um, yeah, yeah. I won't say that happens often because this is reality.
I want to
This
Yeah,
is
that
vote.
doesn't
I want to vote.
happen.
I want
2026.
to vote. If you don't have a man, what you have is a nanny or a sitter, and I do a 3-day weekend in Williamsburg and wine country. It's the patriarchy that got people thinking that men, your mother-in-law, everyone's going to ooh and ah if you ain't with them kids 24/7. That's some of the freedoms that come with single motherhood. I have a sitter. I have a nanny. She's been paid very well and handsomely, and she's going to take care of those kids. Ain't no checking in. And I'm not going to go do something for the house. I'm not going to the grocery store. That's for the house. I'm not going to get something for them. It's just for me, 100%. I'm going to karaoke on Thursday. I got a sitter. I'll be back. They're
I
gonna be
mean,
asleep when I get back. Like there's no checking in. There's not this expectation that you stay in the house. A cup of coffee ain't it, sis. And we're talking about having a regularly scheduled hobby, something that you do. And it's expected. You're gonna be doing something to enrich yourself and enrich your life. No, it's not out there. And women are lying. I'm just
Yeah, and
saying.
if
I'm
you're
I'm
Yeah,
not,
muting
I
up.
enough
agree. And if,
enough
I'm
people
gonna
is
be
not
honest.
experiencing full life.
Hold up, real quick. I definitely agree. I like the 3 days because, like, shit, don't you get vacation? If you're not regularly at least once a week clocking out, then you're doing a lot. Because you should be able to clock out. Because if you're not clocking out, you don't have a day off.
You know what, Tara? I think for a lot of women, like when the kids are older, they'll do that. But when they still little babies and toddlers, they don't do that because when they went through pregnancy, they were introduced to gamma rays and they became the Incredible Hulk, and they feel like they got to do everything for the baby. They got to always be there. So I just think it's the Incredible Hulk in them, and
It's
they
not
ain't
just
gonna
that
do it.
That and
though.
people
A lot of times
that
you have fathers.
and people these
Hold up,
news
sir. Hold up.
stories.
You ain't saying shit. Hold up, sir. It's also the weaponizing confidence. We've seen like women talk about that. Like you have women who would go on trips and come back. What's that video? The lady came back and the husband purposely didn't like clean up, right?
He didn't
And
clean
if you
nothing the
can't,
whole
yeah, and if
trip.
you ain't got no hobbies because he isolating you, then shit, start an affair. See what I'm saying? Like go away once every other weekend for the affair. Do something for yourself.
wait a
Don't
minute.
just be in the house all the time. That's crazy.
Wait. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. You said start an affair because he's
Yeah.
not helping.
Yeah, I'm saying if
Girl,
he
it's a
not helping
joke.
and
It's
he done
serious, but it's a
isolated
joke.
you and you ain't got a homegirl, just start an affair.
Really quick about the isolation, Tara, I wanted to say the isolation is intentional too, right? And while he's talking about all mothers, actually within the kind of weird niche Hawaiian community, although there's a lot of financial poverty, there's also a culture of the village, especially the maternal village, coming and surrounding the mother. Also with the Filipino community. So even when you have, I hate that we say Hawaiian American because they're Americans, but for a lack of a better term, Hawaiian Americans or Filipino Americans, those women, when they have kids, it's just the cultural norm that even if they're pushed out and the man goes to isolate them, it's just not as effective because there's more people to try to um, coerce that way. So yeah,
Yeah,
you
it's
need
not
to
a
not be
culture. You saying
isolated,
it's not a
whatever that
cultural
takes.
norm. Yeah, it's not a cultural norm, but the culture we in it's a norm. The norm is that like you got to do everything.
Yeah, and break isolation at all costs. She right, start an affair. Like, do not be isolated. You can't risk losing your mind, ma'am. You can't risk going insane. That's actually the worst thing you can do for them fucking kids. You're gonna end up like this man telling your baby to shut the hell up while they talking about food in the background
I
because you're
never
losing your
said
Yeah.
that.
mind.
I was gonna
Lying
say too that
ass.
there's a
And
culture too when you're in a individualistic mindset and it's just like mom dad children. There's not even like an open door policy. Your husband be like, I don't feel like company every time somebody wants to come over. I grew up in a house where the family just showed up and somebody just walked in, the door was always unlocked, auntie walk in, granddad walk in, people just came over, and that's just what it was. That was the more communal feel. And then when you get off, they're telling you, all right, it's husband wife and you, and he don't want nobody to come over because he don't like guests. He don't want nobody in his house. He don't feel like it. It keeps you isolated because you got to ask another grown person if another grown person that's your blood can come over and help you, talk to you, kick it with you. It's very isolating. That's why women don't even want to be in a relationship and definitely like live with a man because he's going to push the community out and he's going to blame it on his
See, that's
sanity
why
or he
so
needs
many.
whatever. We're not doing that shit no more. And if we're
That's why
single,
every
guess what?
man need
My
a man
girlfriends
cave.
pull up.
Wait, what
Huh?
did you what
Y'all
did you
all
say?
need to be in a cave,
Wait, what
off
Every
did
to
you
man
say?
yourself
need a man
somewhere.
cave. That
No,
way
you
you
don't need
can
to be
let
in a
Hold
cave.
on.
everybody
You don't need to
family
be in the
come in.
house. You don't need to be in the
No, no,
house. You need to
no,
be off in the
no, no.
cave.
He can't. Hold up. This is the thing. If y'all got man caves, there needs to be a deadbolt lock on the outside of the door. Put the kids in there with them and lock the motherfucking door. Okay, yeah. Like, what are you talking about, sir?
Then y'all just say that all parents need breaks. So that only for women that need breaks? If a
No,
man
no, them
if
niggas
a
be in that
No,
man. Hold
yes, the
up, hold
women just
up.
told you you can get
Them
a cup
niggas
of
be in that man
coffee.
cave every
They
day.
said
Everybody
it's a
needs
cup of
breaks.
coffee, nigga.
So
No,
it's
shooter,
better than
shooter,
the
shooter.
mothers
Pepto-Bismol.
up here, the mothers up here that have spouses told you what the break look like. Bitch, you get a cup of coffee and you resume your parenting duties. Needing a fucking place to go
Get
in
the
a whole
fuck
other
out of
room
here.
don't count. That's what y'all didn't say shit. When the women said that's what they break look like, that's what your break look like. You ain't going to no fucking bar. You ain't going to happy hour. You ain't going to go help your friend with his truck on Saturday. You ain't going to the car wash. You ain't going nowhere. You staying in the
Yeah, that
house. Your
sound
break
that
is a
yeah, that
cup of
sound
fucking
like
Now,
coffee.
that sound
now
like
I
You
was
know
just
torture.
it's
talking
not right.
about
You know it's
if
not right though. That's what I'm saying.
I'm
Be
saying if
honest.
you
Dark
don't want
You
to
don't
horse.
deal
get a
with
room.
people coming in,
It's
You
it's
remember the
not
I'm
women
right.
saying
in
if
the
you
in
don't
It's
the
want
not right.
people,
That's
pantry?
his point.
here we go.
Dark
In
horse, you
the
remember the women
pantry,
that was posting? You remember the women that was posting in a pantry or in a closet and their little baby hands is under the door because they trying to hide in a dark pantry to
Yeah.
get a break from their kids.
No, I can attest to
Sirs.
that. I would stayed at home with my daughter for like 2.5 years. I still did makeup because I'm a makeup artist, but I still did makeup here and there. But for the most part, I was with my daughter. I did makeup out of my house, so I was with her all the time. And I tell you, even if you need to leave the house, that little the dad take the baby when you get home and you're still there as a mother, you're still on go. And I didn't get a break because we just try to be like superwoman and do it all, but you need that break. And to get out of the house, like they said, not to be in the house, because once the dad take the baby, now you washing the bottles or now you doing something to make your life a little bit easier when he leaves again.
We on the same page now, love.
I was only saying the man cave because if you don't want to leave the house and but you want people more, just be like, well,
What? Are you
I'll
off
fight.
y'all?
His internet bad.
Yeah, you. Hold
And
up.
they yelling, drinking their little wine. Leave
We can't hear you, sir.
I think I get what he was saying. He was saying if a man don't want people in his house, he need to get a man cave so people could be in the house and he not bothered or
What
something like
people? What?
that.
Hold up. What people? What
I
people
think
in the
he
house that right?
I
No, the
think he
people
was
they
talking
be talking
about
about
what
is the
Dark
kids
Horse was
though.
saying.
No, no, but Mariah, they be talking about the kids. That's the people they talking about.
About the kid.
Agree with
That's
Yeah, they be
agree.
talking
we
about the
ain't
kids.
talking
They be
about the
wanting to get away from
kids.
the
We
kids.
ain't, we ain't talking about no kids. We talking about like if you got a lady, her homegirls coming over, they drinking wine or the family, everybody doing stuff, and you
No,
don't
if
really
she
want to be
hold up, if
involved.
the no, hold up.
Chill.
No,
You
listen
you
to what
just
I'm
be saying
saying. No,
anything.
no, this is why. Hold up, the homegirls, y'all really need to get out the house because why that nigga in the? That's what I'm saying. Why you not watching the kids if she got company? Why are you in the room? Why are you in the room? You should be watching the kids if she got company.
I definitely agree with that, but I was speaking to the point that Dark Horse is
How old
making
are these
about
kids?
isolating
How
and
old are
not
these
letting people
kids?
come to the
Like,
house. That's what I was speaking about. I agree. She need to get out. Leave them kids at home with the man.
But that's what I'm saying. You got company and you still responsible for the kids, and he's sitting talking about he going to be in his man cave. He don't want to be bothered. That's
I didn't say I agree
insane.
with it, but I think that's what he
Thank
was
you,
trying to say.
Mello.
It just sound like mashed potatoes.
Yeah, I know what he's trying to say, and I'm saying it's some bullshit.
But Tara, that's part of how they weaponize gender roles against the support system that may naturally come around a woman. Is doing shit like, oh well, y'all are here, y'all could do all the laundry. Why they didn't do my laundry? Why they not
Thank you,
washing the dishes for
Django.
her? Why y'all
Yeah,
don't
that's
feed
good.
my baby?
Thank you, Alexis. Thank y'all for gifting. I appreciate y'all. Thank you, Sucker Free.
Y'all
No,
people
no,
need
listen. Let
dishwashers,
me hold
maids,
up.
and
This is what I'm
laundry
saying. Hold up.
services.
And here's the
Y'all don't
thing.
utilize.
No, hold up. Because we've been talking to y'all niggas for a while. We've had men talking about they got a wife and kids. Guess where they be at? They be in the garage. They be in the car. They be in their man cave, whatever. They at work. They don't never be around the motherfucking family. That's what I'm saying. It don't be the company they trying to stay away from. Matter of fact, when the company can come, they be in all your motherfucking business. They want to be away from you and them kids. They want a break.
I have a question. So for my husband, he works like plumbing, so he is out all the time. But when he's home, he's home. My thing is, and he don't like going to work. Trust me, don't like going to work. But he goes to work, so I can stay here because we don't trust daycare. Well, I won't say we. I don't trust daycares, and my kids are young. I want to be at home with my kids. That's the end of the story.
Let me ask
So,
you a question. Hold up, because again, that end up being when Gaslight was talking about the Incredible Hulk thing, you trying to be a superhero, and I get the whole thing with daycare. I get it, right? How? What would your husband reaction be if you like, hey, I'm gonna go for a spa for the weekend just by myself. I see you on Monday.
I mean, he won't care. Like, first of all, by myself, he gonna be like, "Dang, why you want to go by yourself?" I mean, shoot, you don't want to go with a friend. You don't want to because we need a date night. You don't want to go like you want to go together or something. We can get a babysitter. Are you okay
No,
for
no,
us
no,
to
no,
go?
no babysitter, no him. He's home with the kids because him home with the kids is important for this scenario.
Right, okay,
And
yeah, no,
you're
no,
going.
no, no. Then that's okay. Go ahead, Isaiah. Okay. No, then that's fine. I mean, that
Have you
would
ever
never
done that before?
happen. No, 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 that would never happen because that's not what we do.
You should. Okay, you don't want you to do that, but I'm just
Because
saying.
we don't do that because it's like I feel like it's so excessive. Why I got to be a whole weekend without my like? I can get a good 4 or 5 hours away, but a whole weekend.
That's crazy. That's what
Damn.
you don't think. Hold up.
If
You
he
don't
I
gotta
think
be
you
the
deserve
husband
a
of the kids,
weekend?
shit. That shit
Dang,
sound
hold up. You don't.
like
Hold up,
jail.
ma'am. Hold up. You don't think you deserve a
If it worked for
weekend?
her, it worked for her. Don't let these people.
Hold up, sir. No, she grown. Hold up. Hold up. You don't think you deserve a weekend? Like a spa, some excursions, to relax?
my break. First of all, my break is getting these kids on the schedule. My kids already know this is outside
Baby,
time. When you get inside, don't ask me for nothing. This is snack, watch
well,
the
look,
TV, and hush. They know
Is
that.
he gonna keep? Hold up. So is he gonna keep the schedule going when you gone? So you ain't gotta worry about it.
Absolutely. That's yeah, absolutely. And but some things might be tripped up, like they might get to stay up later with their daddy, which is fine. They ain't got
So
nothing
he's
to
not
do.
going to enforce the schedule. But this is
Uh,
the thing. What I'm saying. But I'm a little worried about you saying 4 or 5 hours because here's the thing. Just like you can get burnt out from a job, you can get burnt out from being a parent too. That doesn't take away that you care about your kids. That doesn't take that away. You got 4 kids taking a weekend to yourself to have nothing to do. There's nothing wrong with doing that.
That's you. That's
I was
4 years. That means that you have 4 kids. So in 4 years or more, you ain't had a weekend to yourself in 4 years. This shit is
That's a necessity.
crazy.
That's a necessity.
okay,
Damn.
wait a
That's a
minute.
and
necessity.
I'm trying to ask, like, do you
But
feel, do you is it that you feel guilty after a certain
no,
amount of time? Do
hell
you feel
no.
bad?
I
Do you
can
miss them?
easily no, 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 no. It's not
No.
guilt. It's none of that because I just don't want a whole weekend away from my family. I love my family. It's not. Well, let me stop saying that because it's not that a
Now I'm
person
gonna be
don't love.
honest. I don't believe you. I don't believe you, and it don't have to
I
be a
am
bad
okay. Like
thing.
for instance,
Sometimes a reset is good for you and the children. Like how?
That's why
But my
I'm about
question
to
is,
go
here's
ahead.
my question though: if you've never done it, then how do you know?
That is not beneficial. I mean, obviously, if I never done it, so I can't definitely say like, oh, that's it. But I know for a fact that I get a break. I don't need a whole 2 days to get a break because at the end of the day, this is reality.
All right, let me try. Have you ever done a spa day? Not a weekend, but just a spa day.
I have, yes. I did
Yes,
and
that's
not.
what I
you
was gonna
didn't
say. Maybe
feel
she should start off 24 hours or a couple hours and work her way to a weekend because it sounds like the weekend idea is scaring her or she don't want to do
I
it.
don't
So
even do that
maybe
with
she
my
could start off
husband. I
slow.
don't want to. I don't want to
Hey,
spend
hey,
2 days
Army,
with you
I'm a,
without my babies. I love my kids.
that doesn't mean
No,
you don't hold up, but that doesn't that's what
I
I'm saying.
know.
You
That's
Army, I'm
why I
gonna
said
tell
I'm gonna
you
stop
the
this,
saying it
Army.
wording
because
is
y'all
weird
taking it
because that does not mean you don't love your
right. Right. No, that's
children.
why.
I'm
That's
The
But
the
the
way
thing.
thing
y'all
is,
the
hold
way
up,
y'all
listen to what
pressure
I'm
her is
saying.
weird.
Hold up one
Like,
second. Hold up. Even with children and even with a husband, you still have to have time for yourself. And
Right.
it's okay to set time away from yourself.
But those
So
are
it
roles. Yeah, a mother is a role and a wife is a role. You know, you're still a person without those roles.
Right.
There's
And
another
that's
person in there
when
that's
when
just
I
you.
first came
And
up
you're
here. I
saying, I don't
said,
want to
"Don't."
break up with the
Wait a
mom
minute.
role
I
or the wife
literally just
role.
said when I first came up here, don't make that your identity. My kids are not my identity. I can take a break. I can go, hey, wash the kids. I'm about to go get something to eat. Take myself out to eat. I can go get my nails done. All that. What I want to do.
do
I
you have friends?
I do have plenty of friends, and one of the
Have you ever planned a trip with your friends? Like
no, we don't. I don't. Why would I go out of state without my? Why would I do that?
Can I
I didn't
ask
say
what
out
do
of
you
hold
do?
up.
What
I
do you
didn't
do
say out of
regularly?
state. Hold up. I
You
didn't
said
even
what?
say out of state. What's wrong with what I'm saying is what's wrong with taking a trip with your friends though? It don't have to be out of state. Cause
He
you
must live
saying
in
Okay,
that
right.
it's an
Nebraska or
identity, but
something.
Right.
it's not
Okay. I
sounding
like
like
this
it.
comment. I like this comment because personally, I never took trips. I don't go places like that. I don't. I just don't do that.
You're a homebody.
I mean, I guess so. I literally like my circle. My friends come over here. Lovely that they have kids. Our kids come out here and play in the backyard. Like we just be literally chilling. Like this is not no oppression. Like I'm really okay. I just be like,
Hey,
I.
Ruffles.
You
I
said
guess
what?
with like
Naomi,
her,
I took a weekend off. I ain't seen my kid in 16 years. I promise you, don't do it.
But it's an
They
invisible
still
tether
messaging
though.
Oh
me.
no.
But there's
They
an
still messaging me on Facebook.
we're not listening to you. There's an invisible tether to this home life and this wife life. That's what we're talking about. This invisible tether. And that is the identity. And the first thing you said is, this is not my identity. I've got my own. Kids are not my identity. And you are absolutely proving the point that everything that you want to do is tied to this identity. You don't even want to do anything that's autonomous, that's not ran by title as wife or title as mother. The fact that you have completely erased that part of yourself and you don't even have that desire anymore is problematic to me, not to you. That's what I'm saying. And women, and
Thank you,
you
Jane
not seeing
Doe.
that means that you have 100% immersed yourself in those two roles while telling us no, they're not my identity. But you've proven everything but the opposite.
Yeah. Because it's more than just saying it, to be honest.
That's why I
And
was trying to figure out
so
what do
that's
you
what I'm saying.
do.
And being a stay at home is not a new thing. A lot of people experience it. But let me tell you something. Being around your kids all the time and feeling like I got to do this, whatever, and I love this so much. That's how that works. Like it's not like somebody's like, oh, you got to be this role. Oh, I'm tired of it, but you got to be this role. No, it's a way that you box yourself in. Like, oh, I love these things. I love this is all because what happens is you're so tied to this identity, you haven't planned a life for yourself outside of it. That's the whole point.
I have a question of
Thank
what
you,
you just said.
Mello.
I just
I
have
get
a
what you.
question.
I get what
So
you're
you
saying.
just said like pretty much I'm forcing myself to like really like this. Why I gotta be a
So I'm
force?
not so okay, I'm not individualizing. I'm saying in general.
Uh
No,
huh.
no, no. I'm saying you box yourself in because that's what you learn. You learn that oh, a good mother would be there for her kids all the time. A good mother would show up every single day. And you end up feeling a role, but you're not prioritizing yourself because realistically, you should have a whole identity and life outside of your children. You maybe not you can't experience it as often if you didn't have children, but you're supposed to have a life and hobbies outside of your children. It's not that it's not good for them or you to be tied to them like that. That's
Yeah.
And it's not good for you to wait for them to age out or take opportunities. Like it's not good for you to wait for life to force that upon you. And then you're now looking for autonomy, very specific.
Question. I'm so sorry. Okay. So when we I won't say when females lay down to have these kids, did that so nothing stopped, nothing changed. The delivery room when you had the kid, nothing changed. So the people just supposed to have the regular life, the regular.
Can I
Do you
speak to
see how
this?
you went
Did
from?
you
Do you see how
Can I
extreme you went?
can
I,
I speak to
that's
yeah.
this?
So I
that
think
is
it's
That's for a
because
extreme.
No.
reason.
Can I
Kids
I
speak
think
are
to this?
because
extreme.
So
Can
what
Hold
that's
on,
Go
mom.
ahead.
Hold
I'm
on,
sorry. Go
mom.
Wait,
ahead.
can I speak to
Hold
this?
on.
Because I was
Yeah,
a
go ahead.
stay-at-home mom before, and I lived that role. And I want people to stop saying they're trying to force her into a lifestyle. They're just trying to make sure mentally she's okay, and she knows that she
yeah,
deserves a break, or knows she deserves to be something outside of a mother. I was there
Yeah, we were
before,
talking
where
about
I was
balance.
all I did. I was just mom, 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 and I see no problem with it, or I saw no problem with it, because I that was my role. But as time went on, I did see that is necessary for me to have a life outside of that. So what did change is my going out looked different. I wasn't going out to the same places I used to go to, but I would still take time for myself. Like, I go to the gym now, not telling you to go to the gym, but I go to the gym now. I go out to eat by myself, not telling you to, like, once again, we're not telling you to go out to the club and like be out all night and come back in at 2 o'clock in the morning. Yes, things will need to change, but you still need time for yourself.
Let me ask you a question. Thank you for saying that, love, too. Uh, how, if you don't mind, share, how old was you when you had your first child?
I was 21.
Okay. So, late stage adolescence is from 18 to 25, when your prefrontal cortex is still developing, right? That's when you're supposed to be formulating your identity outside of your outside of like your family home or whatever. And then you say you were married, so that means you was already in a relationship. So what happens is, it's not, you're saying like, well, I wasn't doing these things before I had the kids. Why would I do it now? But what happens is, because we are expected to do things when we're young, we don't fully develop our identity for ourselves before we get started with these families, and that's the point.
And also, like when she's saying that, and we're saying it's risky, and you can't see the risk because it's behind all of the love and all of the process and all of the history that you've already
yeah.
invested in your children when you get them. And when you're young, you don't have the reference points to understand what you don't have. I'll give you an example. When a woman is not regularly investing in her health after having a baby, she's actually in a net negative. You're risking cardiovascular health when you have a pregnancy, every one. So actually, for you to live the longest, healthiest life for your children, you should be reinvesting in your individual cardiovascular health every fucking day. But that's something that's so independent of your children. If you don't exist autonomously, you don't normally see things like that until there's already a very large problem. Sometimes it's financial, sometimes it's physical, sometimes it's emotional, which is what Tara's talking about with you a little bit more.
Yeah,
Gonna
because it's
oh,
also
go ahead, Tim.
healthy. One more thing, it's also healthy for your children, right? If you have daughters, it's important for them to see that, yeah, my mother was there for me, but she also took time for herself in case she's in that situation. For your sons not to think, oh, that this person's supposed to just sacrifice for me and not do, like, it's healthy for your children, for them to see that you have boundaries for, like, okay, this is my time. This is something I have separate for me, not to just be there for them all the time and have nothing like you. And it can lead to like dysfunctional behavior. When I was talking about parentification and enmeshment, that can come from like everything's tied to the kids, and then you may not realize it, not you specifically, but in general. It can be resentment that you have towards the children. You may, because as you get older you start having these regrets, like, that's a real thing. And all I'm saying is, like, just because it feels good right now don't mean you won't regret it later. I don't know how to say it, but like, I don't think there's anything wrong with trying to at least having some hobby outside of your children, even if it's like a class that you attend a couple times a week for yourself. That's very healthy, and you need that. You can't just have your identity inside of your children. It's very unhealthy.
Yeah, I think it's a balance.
Hold on, real quick. Darko said to say something. You can go, Mine.
I'm gonna try to keep it quick. But I was gonna say too about the late stage adolescence, that part being able to explore. First, you gotta have money, right? But you don't have a lot from 18 to 25 normally. But what you do is, if you don't have like family or husband to take care of, what little money you do make, you get to spend on yourself, and that means traveling. That means sometimes later education. It can mean other things that you get to see that you actually like. But it's different when you don't get a chance to explore and see the world and see different cultures and then find out that there are things that you enjoy. And then when you do bring the kids in, now you are looking for that balance. You still want to travel, you still want to do other things. But if you skip right into it, you don't even get a chance to open up that part of yourself and find out there are hobbies and things that I enjoy that I want to keep up. So that's what I'm talking about when I say, like, not saying forget the kids, but when you're investing in yourself, you have something you want to keep going because it was something that you discovered. But if you kind of thrown into these roles early, and it could just be girlfriend, boyfriend roles, once you start doing the girlfriend stuff, well, as a girlfriend, I don't do this, 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 this. The list starts shrinking and shrinking because of patriarchy and how you're supposed to act as a wife and supposed to act as a girlfriend. A lot of that stuff is shut down. And then as a mother comes and knocks the rest of the pins the fuck down. Now there's nothing that you do that's for yourself. Everything is for the family. But I'm gonna mute up.
I think she tapped in with y'all. I think it's just when y'all first came at it, y'all kind of came at it a bit brash. Y'all was trying to come and shorty with like
Who the fuck is you?
three,
Who the
4
fuck is
days.
you?
I'm just saying.
Now hold on. What you
He's
ain't
new
share your
here.
thoughts with no prop or nothing. Who's this man?
I'm sorry.
You want to say something? Let that woman speak for herself.
I'm just saying. My bad though.
Hold up, yo. Hold up. Goddamn. Naomi, do you want to respond to what was said?
I do. Yeah. Sorry, we just came inside, so it may be a little bit louder. I get it. I do. I do think I get the amount of time that I need. Yeah, I think that we just have a good balance, but I know maybe I did have my kids young. I am married young. We do have a lot of kids, so that is in consideration that I do put in to place. Like we have 4 kids, and they're all, I can't say underneath 4 because he just turned 4. But yeah, so we have a lot of kids and we got a lot going on. But I'm like, if compared to everything else, I'm like, I feel like we good. You know what I mean? That's just how I look at it, honestly.
All right. Mon, did you want to say something else?
Say, but y'all made very, very excellent points because people immerse themselves in, whatever it is. They ain't gotta just be kids, whatever it is. People immerse themselves in it. 10 years ago by, 15 years ago by, and now they looking at themselves in the mirror like, damn, what the fuck happened? Because again, like, because they wasn't paying attention. So now y'all brought up some very, very good points about that. But again, I was just saying, y'all came in a little hot though on them. But no.
All right, but hold up. Men need to listen to this too because let me explain something to y'all. Y'all niggas who don't be there and y'all don't think it's a big deal, like you, cause again, the roles are by default. A lot of times we think, oh, like the role, we just fall into the roles even when we don't realize that we're doing them. Okay, she gonna leave your ass too. That's the thing. Just so you know, like she's going to fucking leave you too, because you sitting there like, oh, well, she got it. This just the way it work or whatever. No, it's gonna be resentment there. That's why, especially for like young couples, people who got together when they was young, almost always it was like over 50% in the fucking relationship. So just so y'all know, I don't care about y'all niggas, but I'm just saying. Go ahead, Laura. What's your name? Laura Q. The nigga at the top. Unmute. There you go.
I got in trouble. I'm muting there. Thanks for letting me come up. I was reading the question. I came in during the part. Maybe y'all already answered the question already. I mean, it was just thought provoking for me, for me, I'm all about pushing the human experience forward. But I mean, we can't do that unless we have talks about thought provoking questions like the one you have here. I didn't hear from the panelists about anything about if they did regret having kids. I mean, love their kids and was regret becoming a mother. So I was posting a question in the chat.
Thank you,
I was
Morgan. Oh yeah, that ain't none of your motherfucking business. What you gotta say about the prompt though? Thank you, Morgan.
singing.
You gotta say something. You want to say something about the prompt?
No, I was just asking.
Okay, so
I want to hear from the.
people on the panel telling you if it's personal. What the fuck? That's
No,
weird.
no.
No,
Okay,
no, sir,
I
sir,
thought that's what
sir.
the panel was
No,
for. My
and
apologies.
you was wrong. Yeah, your
I
fault.
was
You were
wrong.
wrong.
Right. Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
you out of pocket.
I'm out of pocket. All right. Well,
Yeah.
I go ahead and
We gonna
dismiss
open the panel up, y'all, for people who actually want to talk about the topic.
myself. Thank you. Oh, me.
That nigga wanted us to survey the fucking panel. That's crazy.
You know what I wanted to say? I think, especially with Aisha, that a lot of people may not understand. I've seen a lot of women in what we call traditionally male fields really value female, like women examples. And it's not common to see, like, even when women ascend in a male dominated field, it's not often discussed. And so when a woman decides to be a stay-at-home mom and she leaves a field where her presence is very rare, and her daughter displays an interest by choosing to only be a stay-at-home mom, she has given up the opportunity, like in Aisha's case, to be the example for her daughter, so that she can honestly be something for the father in this case. And I think that's kind of missed, is when women are playing a role or filling the gap that dads don't perform in, they're not getting to be a whole person in front of their children. And men often don't care to be a whole person anyway. So it's like, let alone an ambitious, accomplishing, enduring person.
That's what I'm saying. That's unhealthy. It's not like that's what I'm saying. You end up because it's not like this is something new, right? It's been passed down from generation to generation, and it's dysfunctional behavior. And a lot of times it's rooted in trauma. Let's be honest, because it's like, oh, I'm gonna give my kids something that I didn't have, or something. Hold up, Jonah. Um, but yeah, like the pedestal we put mothers on, and if you're a mother and you put yourself on that pedestal, it's unhealthy. It's not realistic. You're not humanizing yourself. You're putting yourself in this role. You're trying to prove something, but it's not realistic, right? Like for example, it's healthy for children to see the adults around them make mistakes. Like that's healthy, but to pretend like, oh, it's all like I got it, I got this under control, this is what I'm supposed to do, and like low key be giving some internalized misogyny with the competition, right? But at the end of the day, like you are supposed to be a person outside of these roles. And this is what women fall for all the time. And the men around you will see you in that situation and they're not trying to help you out. They're just like, well, that's just how it is. And this is what it means when women become the default parent and women are getting burnt out. And this is why women are having regrets. And women say, well, shit, I wanted kids and I love my kids, but god damn, I wish I ain't do this. Because it gets to a point you realize, damn, I missed out. I really neglected myself and I didn't put myself first. And look where I'm at now. Because kids going to grow up and they're going to live their own lives. And then you're going to be like, well, shit, what did I do for myself? What foundation did I build for myself so that when those kids go off, I'm not like, oh, what y'all doing today? What's going on with you today? Like, what do you have for yourself though? When they call you, is it you just asking about their life or them like, hey, what's going on with this and this and this? Because like what was that question it was saying a while back? If you ask your kids what they love about you, and they're just talking about the ways you serve them, then they're not humanizing you. Are they talking about the things you do to serve them, or are they talking about the things when it's tied to your personality? Do they see you as you? But if you can't see yourself as that, then how the fuck are they supposed to do it? What's up, Jonah?
What's going on? What's going on? I was passing out, walking down the street, and I was, like sipping on my
You don't
tea,
need all that. Come
and
on
I
now.
passed by this
Come on.
house, and
You're
I
doing
seen
too
that
much.
window
You're
peak.
doing too much.
Y'all know what I'm
God
about.
damn. Now you
Y'all
just let
know,
it talk. What you want to say
y'all
about the
know what I'm
prompt?
about. Let me speak on this egregious prompt. Okay, can women love her children and still regret becoming a mother? No, it is false.
Let
Y'all
me ask you
have
a
your
question, Jonah. Hold up. I want to ask the important question. Did your daddy raise you?
my mother and my father raised me.
Did your daddy, was he active? Did he give
Yes,
you 4 kisses and tell
yes,
you you loved him?
yes. He's
He
active.
said he
He's
loved
in the
you.
70s. My mother raised me too. All that.
Are you feel comfortable talking to your daddy about your feelings?
Oh, there we go with all that.
I'm just
There we
wondering.
go. Yeah.
No, 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 no. Because
Listen,
first of
I'm
all,
gonna
it's
tell you this.
weird.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna be
answer. Like I'm
honest.
gonna
I'm
answer.
gonna be honest.
I'm
Hold
gonna
up,
answer.
Jonah. It's weird that y'all niggas even want to be part of this conversation. But hold up, tell us about the intimate conversation you were able to have with your daddy, Jonah. We listening.
Let me answer the prompt first, and then we'll get
No, no,
into
no,
all
no.
this
Fuck the
stuff.
prompt, nigga. Fuck the prompt. You already said what you said about the prompt. We don't
I haven't
care.
got done. I
No,
haven't
no, no, no,
read
no. Tell us how you
the
and your
prompt.
daddy connected on the emotional level. We listening.
Oh, there we go. How me and my dad connect on an emotional level. We talk as men. That's all you need to know. We
Well,
talk.
you
My
eager
mother.
to tell us you walking down the street and you don't want to tell us about how you connected with your daddy on an emotional level? That's crazy.
Yeah. Let's get into the conversation. Let me just say this prompt real quick.
No, 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 no. Fuck the
So
prompt, Jonah. Tell us about how you connected with your daddy on the emotional level, nigga. That's what I want to hear.
why you call me an NIGGA?
All right, all right, all right. We gonna go back to the conversation. You ain't adding shit. You come in here talking about you walking down the street, tiptoe, tiptoe.
Yeah,
But you
I just
can't. How
heard
you
He
something
walking down
came in
the
here
too.
to
street
shit
without
on. He came in here to shit on mothers.
No, I didn't.
I
No,
want to
I
talk
did
about.
not.
I want to shit on mamas. I want to shit on mamas. I want to
No,
shit
I wasn't gonna
on
do
mamas.
that.
It ain't
But
happening.
however,
And that ain't your
y'all can
experience
still
to
love
speak
your
on.
children.
It ain't your
You
experience to
still
talk
you
about
can
mothers.
still love your children and becoming mother and not regret it.
Hey, hold up,
With me.
Jonah. Hold up, Jonah. Hold up, Jonah, real quick. Hold up, real quick. What's up, Rose?
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Mm-hmm.
To answer the prompt, absolutely freaking yes. I have 4 children that I adore, that I would sacrifice anything for. But considering how Western society especially makes motherhood martyrdom, had I that's something that we romanticize when you're not mothers because we're socialized from very young to nurture and do everything. So you feel like your purpose is to be a mother. When I became a mother in a fruitless marriage, where I was a married single mother, where single
Oh, here go the
every
hurt and
single
pain.
shut the
Y'all
fuck
ladies
up,
need to
nigga,
not
because I'm
listen to
talking.
this.
Can somebody mute this
Hurt and
nigga?
pain. That's hurt
Shut
and
the fuck
pain.
up,
It's
Jonah,
not hurt
bitch.
and pain because what I feel about my children is completely unconnected from what I feel about their father.
Say you regret being a mother.
Shut the
That's
fuck
hurt
up
and
because
Jonah,
pain.
I
sit
am
your bitch
talking
ass
about the
down.
prompt. So, yes, I love my children, but I do regret how this society frames motherhood without community. It is never a thing that a single person or even 2 people, even a connected, partnered, like healthy
No, that nigga
relationship
gotta
is not
go.
enough to bring children up because 2 people can't teach like their children everything. You need a community of people. And because we've moved away from that thing into this weirdo nuclear family thing where everything is supposed to come from the really from the man and then the woman gets to be the assistant for everything. Like you lose your identity. And you're absolutely right when you say, like, if you ask anybody what they love about you, and if the only things that they can say about what they love about you is what you do for them, then they absolutely don't know who you are as a person. And that is why I'm in the situation that I'm in now, where I've created a whole new home for myself, which my children have already responded to much more positively than any way they could have related to me in that marital home. And so now we're doing that repair right now. So I mean, I think this prompt is really, really pertinent to the problems that we see in family. And it is no surprise that the average Neanderthal, particularly black man, feels like this is like an attack on family. This just lets you know how little they see us as human beings. We are wife appliances to them. You're supposed to do stuff and not have a feeling. You're not a human being. You can't feel 2 things at once. Like it is shocking to me how little emotional depth and nuance the average man has. Like to
Yeah,
live
they
this
fuck that.
closely with this proximity to women and have women talking as much as they do, not just women who are on TikTok, but there are feminist theses and stuff that's tons of information about the female experience, the woman experience, excuse me, because I hate that term female, that men consistently ignore. And
Y'all
it's
about to
like
put the
that's
goat
why it
on.
ain't worth talking to them because y'all are deaf, dumb, and blind, and you're deaf, dumb, and blind intentionally. So fuck y'all.
Hold on, real quick, y'all. I've been doing my hair, so but I ain't put the goat on nobody. Y'all Few people have been saying this word though, but all right, I ain't gonna do all that. What's up? Keep it moving.
Yes. I just jumped on here for a very short because after reading your question there, I could definitely say yes. Yes, a woman could love her children and still regret becoming a mother. Those two things could be true at the same time. It may seem as it contradicts itself, but it could exist independently. Um, and that's it. It really can happen based on the trajectory a woman life could go into or go towards, after having a child, as opposed to what it may look like or be without one. And it definitely is true when you have either a difficult pregnancy or a difficult time raising a child, and it usually happens when, of course, when the father is not playing his role in that situation. So that's all
Well,
I
to
have
be
to say.
honest though, the father don't really have a role, which is the problem, right? Fatherhood is like an optional thing. There's not like
Yeah.
these strict things that fathers adhere to, which is why the whole point is I think a lot of women naturally do like want to have kids, and I don't know about wanting kids, but they want to have a good relationship with their kids. They want to take care of their children. But we live in a system that men built that makes raising children very difficult. Because men benefit from women being isolated from each other. But in reality, when it comes to children, women do much better when you have the support of other mothers, right? It is much better to raise children with another woman than it that who also wants to take care of children than it would be man. Let's be honest. You're going to get way more support from that woman. And then when you realize that and you really think about that, then you have to wonder, well, why the fuck are we deciding to live with men to take care of these children? Because the men, like the dude said earlier, they got man caves and they babysit because it's that's a woman's job to take care of the kids. So you end up being isolated. And if the man leaves and you have to do it alone, then society wants to punish you for the same people that society said that they need. What's up, Summer?
Yeah.
Hey everybody. Hey Tara. Yeah. The more I think about it as I'm in here, I think that part of loving your children would mean, huh?
It's
Can you
loud
hear
as
me?
shit.
Oh,
It's
sorry. Hold
loud.
on.
I was gonna say too. There's a feeling. I don't know if you guys catch it every now and again, but think about when you went to, maybe not a family reunion, but let's say a big family gathering. We're celebrating a birthday or what have you, and the whole family's there. We're at the park. All the kids are there, and there's other women there and the family. There's like this audible like sigh of relief when somebody else is like, "No, girl, I'm going over to the park with the kids." Oh no, girl, I'm making a place. I don't know if y'all understand that feeling. That's what's supposed to be happening on a day-to-day basis, not once a year or once every 3 years or however often you get the chance to have that feeling that there's a community of women and that we as a group are taking care of the kids, but you get some relaxed time. That's supposed to be day to day in your life, not once in a while. But that's the collective feeling that happens to me when we all get together and do something with the kids. And we're all there and someone is helping out with this, somebody's doing something different. It's a wonderful fucking feeling, but that's the way that it was supposed to be. Not just me and this dude who I got to beg to come outside and ride bikes with the kids. It's not supposed to be you begging someone to participate and things with the family. It's not supposed to go that way. But I just wanted to bring that up.
Yeah. Um, and we didn't really touch on it today, but like that's why so many women have postpartum. It's because you're developing this shift in like your identity has changed, your responsibility and workload has increased, and you're not getting the support. right? You don't have the people around you. You need a fucking break. Raising children is a lot. Raising children is a fucking lot. Mentally, physically, yeah, but mentally, you need a break. You need time to be selfish and just think about yourself. If you don't have that, then yeah, you're gonna constantly be in this state of anxiety and stress. But like it's been normalized that yeah, you love, and because you love, you're supposed to sacrifice. Absolutely not. Love is not supposed to be a sacrifice. You're supposed to enjoy your children. You're not sacrificing yourself for the children. What's that? It's like that 8-minute video of the octopus mother. You ever seen that video?
No, I haven't.
No.
Go, y'all go find. I don't know if it's on. I think it might be on YouTube. Go watch the octopus mother. Let me explain what it is. It's literally the octopus, when she's pregnant, she finds like a safe space for herself, and she just stays there until the babies are born. And when they're born, they eat her because she don't even have the energy to keep going. The babies eat her. Like it's like the ultimate
Damn.
sacrifice. And when y'all watch it, I want you to really think about how that parallels with the way we're expected to raise children in our society.
Sarah, if I can really quick, because I feel like you might be wrapping it and about to kick us out. Um, I heard somebody say men's ambition is rewarded and women's survival is punished. And that makes perfect sense to me when I think about you talking about the Octomom and women trying to describe what it's been like surviving, not becoming a full martyr, like being a living martyr. When women describe that, they're punished for not having died for their kids.
Um,
People sometimes don't care. If women martyr themselves to their kids, they don't care. They don't see it as like, well, that's their job,
hold up.
and and so you could be sacrificing.
All right, y'all. TikTok kicked me out. I got dropped from my own panel. This shit over with. TikTok said out. We done, y'all. If y'all still here, I don't know what happened. I got kicked out with everybody else. The live over. Hope y'all learned something. If y'all in the Discord, I'm gonna put the Octopus Mother documentary in there for y'all. Yeah, they try and do too much stuff, but I might run this again later in the week. Switch up the picture or something. But thank y'all for coming. Thank y'all for supporting the live. No, you good. Bye, y'all.